Welcome back, True Seeker. And welcome back, haters, because we know half the audience is just that. But how embarrassing the National Fixed League is. And just want to say congrats to the winners. We absolutely torched player props today. I want to send a shout out to Matt, who called in with my favorite NFL player, and that's because we have the same last name. Chuba Hubbard. I wish he would change his name to Chuba, though. Chuba the Hub sounds a lot better than Chuba, but whatever. We thought he had a good shot today to score 2 touchdowns. That paid 50-1. Congrats to the winners. Come on, man. Caleb Williams leads an 18-point comeback, number 18 for the Bears. I want to go back to a news story we covered this summer on my news channel. And you remember this weird story? Man charged with killing 18-year-old who aspired to join military in South Austin shooting robbery. Do you remember what the name of this 18-year-old was? His name was Caleb Williams, spelled with a K. And as we talked about then, we said, how weird is this? An 18-year-old named Caleb Williams is killed by a 35-year-old in light of Gematria, where Bears equals 18 and Chicago equals 35? Again, this is a big-time number with the Bears and their ritualism. I'm sure you remember last year when Jaden Daniels upset Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels was drafted after Caleb Williams, but had a lot better rookie season, but not better sophomore season. He won on the Hail Mary, beating the Bears with 18 points. Again, you learn Gematria, you find how laughable this stuff is. And with regards to the Packers losing with 27 tonight, we thought Jordan Love would very well throw 4 touchdowns tonight to get to 27 on the year as a 27-year-old, when all year they've made a big deal about the history of 27-year-old Packer quarterbacks. And what was comical is right after Jordan Love got the 27th passing touchdown of the season, not to mention Caleb Williams came into the game with 27 passing touchdowns on the year, not to mention this was the 2-seed Bears versus 7-seed Packers. But right after Jordan Love gets the 27th passing touchdown of the year, the kicker purposefully shanks the field goal for 27. Again, you guys, I can't express enough how scripted the National Fixed League is. And Jordan Love, who came into the game with 23 passing touchdowns on the year, picked up his 23rd loss tonight in Chicago. Of course, that's Jordantown, MJ. And look at this. If you're new here, this is Gematria, the 4 base ciphers of the English language. Yesterday, I put out a freebie video, and I said, out of these 4 ciphers, the one that matters the most is the alphabetic order with numerology applied. Notice Love is also 18, right? Love is 18 forwards and backwards. Jordan Love gives up the 18-point lead to the Bears for Caleb Williams. And what was the score at the half? 21-3. Again, that was the difference of 18 at the half. My community, like I always teach people, when there's a great narrative for a comeback, pay attention to these scores at halftime, because if the numbers in the score at halftime relate to a certain team, more often than not, the team will win that game. Just like how the Bears were down 18. That was the key number. And if you're watching the free videos I was putting out all day, I told you at the beginning of the day that it was a date with 3 numerology, and the paths were 12, 21, and 57. Puka Nacua, number 12, scored the first touchdown of his respective game for his 21st. Christian Watson scored the first touchdown of the Bears-Packers game for his 21st. 3-21 at the half. Again, it's the same thing day after day. Learn numerology, learn Gematria, which is essentially numerology within words, and see how these games are scripted. And stop being the moron thinking that this is some kind of nonsense or bullshit. It's not. This is a real practice within Kabbalah, which is what Freemasonry is based in, which is what all the American sports are credited to, Freemasonry. In the case of the NFL, it's Walter Camp. Walter Camp is who American football is credited to. Abner Doubleday, the Mason, is who's American baseball is credited to. Naismith, the Mason, is who basketball is credited to. Again, there's a reason that all of the games are scripted this way. You see how wild card is 38? Today was the Bears' 38th wild card game. The last time the Bears and Packers played each other was, remember, DJ Moore had the 46-yard touchdown reception to win 22-16. Of course, Chicago is 46 land. They won their only Super Bowl with the revolutionary 4-6 defense, winning 46-10. And again, knowing these things, when the Bears went up 3-0, I said that's actually not good for them early in the game because watch this. The Packers are going to come back and go up 3-7. You see how Chicago's 37 and also 143 because then what did the Packers do next? Then they went up 14-3. And again, that 3-7 score can also be read 7-3 like Packers is 73. DJ Moore, we liked him to score a lot tonight because he'd get his 44th total touchdown. We killed the player props. We liked Dunze. I can go over everything. We murdered player props tonight, both games. It was a thing of beauty. It was a bloodbath with the player props. It wasn't quite as good as the game, though, with the Bears where Dick Butkus died before the game. Remember that when Dick Butkus died before Thursday Night Football? For anyone who forgot that, just to make a point, Gematria, again, it's very simple practice to learn. It's all based on the alphabetic order, but the ciphers we were just looking at, it's the alphabetic order with numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with numerology. But outside of that, the next most important cipher to know is what's known as Jewish Gematria or Agrippa's key, or Derek retitled it Latin on his calculator. Look at what the Bears record became the day that Dick Butkus died. This is how scripted the NFL is. On the day that Dick Butkus died, the Bears had a dominant Thursday Night Football performance, becoming 787 and 628 as a franchise. Look at it. Richard Butkus, his actual name, 787. Dick Butkus, what they called him in the league, 628. It is sad that NFL fans don't know about this. Every NFL fan deserves to know about this information. You see these people are going there. It's just they're just playing with emotions. Through the whole game, the camera on the Bears fans who look so depressed, so depleted, so frustrated after Matthew Golden scores his touchdown, panning around. The fans look just distraught. And then just in total euphoria when they come back with the script as Jordan Love gets stuck on 27, the 27-year-old, where they've talked about him in 27 literally all season from the beginning of the season up to the present. And again, from being aware of this, that's why we had the hunch that Jordan Love would have 4 passing touchdowns tonight to get to 27, which is exactly what he did. And as you can see, I am putting a cash prize out there. This is a legit cash prize. If anyone can prove the NFL isn't fixed, I'm offering $1,818.18 in tribute to tonight's 18-point comeback by number 18 on the team that equals 18 when we've been talking about these things all year. 18-year-old Caleb Williams dead right as football training camp's getting underway, killed by a 35-year-old. Number 56 killed on West Maypole Avenue. You guys are asking me to cover the dead black actor. Dead on 56 date numerology. Black Lives Matter. How many times have we seen it? Again, the Black Lives Matter thing is demented and people don't even get it. They kill a black man on TV and then they bus in paid for rioters to burn up cities like my hometown, Portland, where places are still boarded up. And then they paint Black Lives Matter on Church Street on DC on the 5th day of the 6th month after they kill a black man. We've seen this so many times. How many black men have been killed from The Wire on Jesuit-run HBO in 56 rituals? They just did one the other day. The shit guy, HBO 56. So, yeah, anyway, let's go out to the callers. We got Julius in the back. We got Elohim. What's up, Julius?
What's going on, Zach? Yeah, I mean, hey, so you know who I really had and who I was on, but obviously, when you get to this knowledge and you've been around, I've only been around a couple of years, you kind of sometimes got to take a step back and kind of just observe everything. So if you go to CNN right now, can you pull up an article? If you just look up 18-year-old flag in Russia, something will come up on CNN. You gotta check this out. Check this out. I'm not sure if it's gonna be. It was on the front line before the front page before the Bears game, but I'm not sure if it's on there now. But if you just Google,
it's down here. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh yeah,
painted flag, a Russian bluff, and an 18-day chase across the Atlantic. Okay,
right. And so the 18-day, right, and then the Bears were down 18 at the half. So I was like, dang.
I hope anybody in my community who didn't bet on the Bears to come back, come on, you guys.
And Zach, and I'm the perfect example, right? I was on the Packers to make a run and have possibly make the Super Bowl. Like I was on that all year, but at the same time, when I seen that 18, I was like, oh my goodness, like that's an
What,
18
didn't you
right
just
there. They're
smell it
showing.
right away? Didn't you just
Yeah.
smell it? It just reeked a comeback.
Well,
It's like,
I mean that's why I put $100 on the Bears at plus like 1100.
boom,
So um
boom.
yeah, so like you just got to call what you see. And Zach, there's no doubt in my mind that the Bears are going to become 18 and 18, or sorry, Caleb Williams will become 18 and 18 as a starter next week, and they're probably going to be playing on the 18th day of the month.
Something to look for those of you guys who
Yeah,
don't have amnesia.
right. Um, yeah, and what's crazy is with this Pope thing. Do you remember the
Well, I almost forgot to get to that point. What do you see in that score with regards to old Pope Leo there?
well, yeah, the 58,
Yeah. What day did we get the new Pope from Chicago, you guys?
May
Pope
8th,
Leo XIV. Didn't we
right?
get him on May 8th?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. The 50 the most pure.
And
But
today, you guys, today was 118 days after the Pope's birthday. Look at this.
right.
Soldier Field 118.
And
It is
they're
206. Like I said in that video, they scored with 206 on the clock.
right, and they're probably going to be playing on January 18th next week. So I'm pretty sure that's the day the NFC is going to be playing on.
Yeah. So 118 days after the Chicago Pope's birthday.
Right.
And they're playing the Wisconsin team, which also has the 118 connection. This is how they do it. This is how scripted it all is.
Yeah, but do you remember how when the Seahawks won the division, right? They got that 416th win
Listen,
as a
hold on,
franchise.
Julius. For all you people in the chat talking shit and saying bullshit, listen, I can easily pay you guys $1,800 and 18 cents. It's chump change to me. If you can prove the game isn't rigged. So for all you
Yeah.
shit talkers in the chat, here's your chance to come on and put your money where your mouth is and make me pay up. I'll admit if I'm wrong. You show me how the game isn't scripted. I think all of you guys are retarded. Put me in my place. I'm pretty sure I'm right. You guys are retards who don't think these games are rigged. Anyway, go ahead, Julius.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to debate as well, but I mean, I was going to make the last point that there seems to be like a Chicago-Seattle sync. If you can point out to the people maybe who are new that this there's a Pope and Seattle connection. But remember when the Seahawks won the division, they got their 416th franchise win on a full moon, which equals 416 Jewish. And the same day they released how there was 416 murders in Chicago. So there seems to be this Seattle and Chicago connection, and you
I
know,
wrote a book about that.
yeah.
There's a book about that right here that I wrote, you guys, about the Seattle-Chicago connection. There is a Seattle-Chicago connection.
And if you paid attention, Seattle finished their season 14-3, like how Chicago Eagles 143. And I believe if you go back and look, that DJ Moore scored with 143 left in the game
He
today.
did, yeah. Chicago took the
Yeah,
lead with a minute 43 on
yeah,
the clock, just like they were
right,
down
right, right.
14-3 earlier, and Chicago's 143. And it's just like how the Rams won the game with 38 seconds on the clock. It's the same numbers year after
Yeah,
year. Matt Stafford, you guys picked up his 50-second win with the Rams, going up with 38 seconds left to defeat the team that lost in Super Bowl 38 and who lost in the last Super Bowl, the golden anniversary. That's another thing about with Matthew Golden, because the last time it was in Super Bowl was Super Bowl 50, the golden anniversary, and it was played on the 38th day of the year, and Colorado beat the Panthers. Again, you guys, gold equals 38. Today, Golden got his first NFL touchdown in the wild card. You see how gold's 38 like wild
yeah,
card? Today's the 163rd day of his age, the 38th prime.
yeah. It's crazy how they line all this up. And I mean, yeah, just like if you're talking like in the chat, why don't you come and like try to debunk this work? I mean, obviously it's on us to prove that it's real, but I mean, at least give us the opportunity then to prove that it's real, because the burden of proof is on us. So
Yeah, I mean, I prove my point every day, and the shit
right,
talkers come here, and they always have an open mic to attend, but they don't want to. They just want to live in the chat talking shit. Step up
yeah,
to the plate, pussy, and come claim your $1,800 and 18 more and 18 cents.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure some other people are trying to get on. But I mean, hey, if people want to come debate, I mean, I'll even stay on to the debate, but I'll hop off for now if it gets to that point. We'll see.
Yeah, so
All right,
far I just see people from the community in the back. I don't see anybody who wants to debate, but the shit talkers are abound.
all right. Then I'll hop off for now, Zach. I appreciate the work as always, and yep, take
Did
care.
the top of my notes about the Packers and Bears today start off with all the Jordan Love 27 stuff?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole season was synced up with 27, and they came in on
That's
27
why it's
playoff
embarrassing.
losses.
That's why it's embarrassing, you guys. It's embarrassing. Literally, the first Packers game on Prime Video this year, like tonight's game was on Prime Video.
Yeah.
They talked about Jordan Love in 27 the whole game, and they won with 27 points. It's like, how are they getting away with this to the fans? Like, how do the fans not see it? Is everything just a coincidence?
They won their first 2 games with 27 points, and now I'm pretty sure this was the 5th game this year they finished on 27 points for their season.
Here, let's verify that. Let's verify that.
It's I think it's at least their 4th.
Let's verify.
They beat the Commanders and the Lions with 27.
All right.
Well,
a
that's
lot
the
of
end.
these scores are funny, but okay. Packers,
you gotta go beginning.
27, 1. Let me see. They beat the Giants, 2. They beat the Cardinals, 3. They beat the Bengals, 4. They beat the Lions, 5. They beat the Commanders, 6.
6.
6 times.
So 6 times. Yeah. You know I've been paying attention to them all year. So yeah.
It was the September 11th game because that was the Thursday game.
Yeah.
This is the game where it was on Prime Video.
Right.
And they talked about 27 all game. God, this is embarrassing.
Right, Rachel 27.
27 to 18, like Jaden Daniels beat Caleb Williams last year with the Hail Mary with the 18 points.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to hop off for now, though, Zach. Appreciate it as always.
All right.
Have a good night.
Congrats on the win, buddy. Way to put it down when they were down 18.
Yeah, I did. I was on the futures, though, but it's all good. We move forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a narrative there. That's why you put your spots on the roulette wheel where it makes sense. So,
but I'll call tomorrow with more detailed observation on the Super Bowl for sports. But appreciate it, Zach. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right, let him in. All right, we got Elohim, Big Money, and then we got Lena. What's up, Elohim?
Man, I'm just you can hear me, Zach.
It's
so crazy how like I've just gotten so well with this knowledge. I'm sitting there at the bar with my brother. Halftime, we left at halftime, but 21-3 at halftime. My brother is like,
did you smell the comeback too? Did you say, come on, 18 points with number 18?
Zach, I mean, I'm telling my boys in the chat, I mean, look at this. Number 18 can rally his team back down 18.
And you can just see it right away because the Packers come out with this first half-ass drive, just shitty offense, 3 and out. Bears right down the field like nothing. That's why the NFL is just so dumb. It's just such a dumb league to watch. It's like these games are made for people with room temperature IQs that just got to be – you might as well be walking around with the helmet and in the permanent special ed classroom being shuffled around on a short bus everywhere because these games are fucking pathetic, and they are made for a bunch of retards. Anyway, go ahead, Elohim.
Yo, Zach, did you see how the Bears scored 25 points in the fourth quarter? Like Pope equals 25.
You know what? I actually overlooked that, but yeah, for the Pope, exactly. You guys, the only game that we've ever seen blessed by the Pope, do you know which one it was? It was the one where the Boston College guy gave up the 25-point lead on 2-5 to that other Boston guy, Tom Brady. I'm talking about Matt Ryan giving it up. The 25-point lead on 2-5. Don't forget that was the 97th NFL season, which is the 25th prime, and they moved the touchback to 25 yards that year, and Bill Belichick. And by the way, you guys, when you just listen to these stupid-ass narratives about these coaches, go watch the tape of Bill Belichick's NFL coaching career, because I'll tell you what the whole thing looks like. Standing there with his arms crossed, not talking to anybody. And watch Todd Bowles for Tampa Bay, too, because he's a horrible actor. I don't even know if Todd Bowles knows how to talk, because he just sits there the whole time staring off into space for every fucking game. These guys aren't doing shit, you guys. Whoever is I'm telling you, everybody has a mic in their headset, and they're all following the script. And that's why these dumbasses are always dropping these easy catches like the Packers receiver at the end of the game. I'm sorry, you're not in the NFL if you can't catch these fucking balls. I would have caught that as a 10-year-old, and so would most other young athletes. It's just sick watching these multi-million-dollar sellout athletic actors drop pass after pass with their grip gloves. Anyway, go ahead, Elohim.
I mean, yeah, I mean, just simple stuff, man. The Bears picking up their 18th playoff win, with number 18 rallying them back down 18. I mean, just.
Do you remember this? Do you remember this story from when training camp got underway about the 18-year-old named Caleb Williams who was murdered?
Yep. Hey, man, You know I'm here every day, Zach. You know, I think his name was it with a
He spelled it with a
K?
K. Caleb
Yep,
Williams.
with a K. Yep,
It was right around the same time as you got the Carmelo Anthony stabbing on the day that they nominated Carmelo Anthony for the Hall of Fame. Just another coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here. You know, thanks for the wins tonight, man. Christian Watson, anytime touchdown, Puka Nakua.
Did you do Chuba Hubbard for 2 touchdowns?
Oh no, I should have took Puka for 2. I still had great
Puka
value
made a
with
lot
him.
to get to. Puka made a lot of sense for 2. Yeah.
I had Kyron as
You
well.
didn't take DJ Moore to score tonight? DJ Moore?
No, I didn't take more. I should have took more.
He made a
I
ton of
had
sense to score too. It's okay.
I had what's his name? Swift. I had Swift to get in there. But still a good day. Kyron Williams got in there for me. Yeah, just the Panthers covered. I mean, just a good day, man. I cannot I cannot complain. But yeah, just I mean, what a script. I mean, just it's just for just your average person to not just see just this.
There's 2 major things right here that everybody should get. Every NFL fan knows that all year they talked about Jordan Love, the Packers in 27. I mean, I was just laughing my ass off when he got his 27th passing touchdown, and then they shanked the extra point to keep it on 27. I said, "Come on,
yeah,
man."
I mean, you know when they missed that field goal, you just know. I mean,
that was right after his 27th passing touchdown of the season.
Zach, just this headline you have on the screen right here. I mean, Bears erase an 18-point deficit with number 18 on the screen. I mean, just that alone right there. So
the Seahawks had their first ever 16-point comeback in week 16 in the 4th quarter on the same day that number 16 from NASCAR died when he's also from Washington State. I mean, come on.
To be honest, I kind of knew the Bears was going to win this game from the beginning of the game when they mentioned Ben Johnson can become the first coach to win a playoff game. You did call in
about that this morning. Yeah, you did like that. You thought that was the clue. I said, yeah, it's possible, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, just the whole pregame, he's getting interviewed. The camera's always on him. They're talking about how smart he is and what a coach to be. I mean, just when you're just watching the game, is literally like if you just listen to the commentary, it's literally like a TV show you're watching, you know. And just once the second half started, they're just basically hinting that the Bears are gonna come back.
Did you see who got their 48th touchdown tonight? Who did we like for the 48th touchdown?
In what game?
He had 48 yards when he scored his 48th career touchdown tonight. Hold on. I know that I had it in the notes that I liked him for his 48th career touchdown tonight because 48 breaks down to 3 like the date numerology. But no, if you look at his box score when he got the 48th touchdown, he had exactly 48 yards on the game. I thought, God, look how perfect it is how they do it.
Who, Swift?
It was Swift. Yep, that's who it was. It was the running back. Swift had 48 rushing yards when he got his touchdown. 48 yards for his 48th career touchdown. That's what it was.
He also got his 10th rushing on the 10th the 10th day of the month as well.
Look at Jordan Love with the 46 attempts in Chicago. Got beat last time on the 46-yard touchdown. Bears with the revolutionary 4-6 defense, only Super Bowl 46-point win. Yeah, it's something else, man.
But anyways, Zach, hey man, see you on the Patreon tomorrow, man. And yeah, just again, just another great day, man. Truly blessed to have run into your work all these years ago, man. So, I mean, I got my friends calling me a wizard because I'm calling this shit out in the group chat. I mean, I'm no wizard. It's just shit is just scripted by.
What about that one friend that was in your car months ago that you had call into the show who was totally hating? Has he come around?
Zach, you know what's crazy? So he's such a he's a Messi fan, right? And he's actually the one.
So he's gonna wake up after the World Cup. Okay, I got it.
You know what's crazy? I've been telling him about this. You know, just our hunch as to who's gonna be in there, and he's such a Messi fan that he's just ignoring all the numbers and rituals that I'm presenting, that you've been, presenting yourself. And
doesn't he know that we already killed the World Cup last time? Last time we patted our pockets big time. You know, one guy for the first time in his life had $40,000 in his pocket. We were all over
I,
that.
yo,
Argentina to win the day after the Pope's 86th birthday. The Pope from Argentina, who, again, Argentina won since 86. And what is he? Pope Francis? Who else are they going to beat besides France to drop France to 2-2 in championships in 2022? Please.
Zach, you know what's crazy? During that World Cup, I literally told him like Argentina's gonna win this, but he's such a soccer fan that he's just thinking logically. He's like, no, bro. I mean, France is just a better team on the paper. And anyways, we did a side bet, and sure enough, he was wrong, of course, But anyways, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. I gotta get some sleep.
All right, Ian Louis. Yeah, get some rest, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, we got Big Money open up, and then Charlie. I don't recognize that Charlie, so maybe he's here to claim his prize money. What's up, Big Money? Big Money, you got to unmute. We lost Big Money. What's up? Open up.
What's going on, Zach? Great day today. Great day. I mean, first, it's unfortunate, but I have to shout out the retards who let this to keep going on every day.
Because it is true. If everybody woke up to it, they would have to stop doing this. It would just they'd have to stop.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's good and it's bad in its ways, but I mean, if it's going on, we need to continue to take advantage because that's the only way. I mean, I haven't been here that long. I think maybe 3 years, 3.5 years, and things have gotten more difficult. But I mean, we still have days like today where we could make a lot of money. For example, before the game, they were talking a lot about Michael Jackson. He's on the Carolina Panthers, and I think it was November 30th, they played the Rams, and he had the pick six that game, and that day was the anniversary of the release of the Thriller album, and someone from the Patreon called in about that, and he did have a pick six that day. Today is 41 days later, and he had an interception again, so we know how the 41 plays with that. It was also his birthday today. He turned 29. We know that's a football number. And I tried to take
last year's Super Bowl. It was Barkley's birthday, and what's his name? Cooper DeJean,
yeah.
number 26 and 33's birthdays. 33 had the big interception that pretty much put the game away, but add their jerseys together, 59. The birthday boys are still in the show in Super Bowl 59. I mean, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to take him for an interception, but my book, they had all the defensive props locked. So I just took Aaron, what's his name? Stafford for the interception and still made money off of that.
Yeah.
Julie's brought up the 18 of the CNN story. When I saw that on the CNN homepage, I didn't even read the article. I was like, okay, 18 is the number today. So after seeing that, I took Jalen Calker for a touchdown. He had it. He scored. I knew the Packers were in trouble because Caleb Williams, he's number 18. He plays for the 18 team, playing his 18th game of the season. And what did we see? The 18-point comeback. So that was good there. Good call by Slick Nick on the Bryce Young rushing touchdown.
Yep. Ninth touchdown in the Battle of the Nines.
Yeah.
Matt called in about Chuba Hubbard, and we looked at it like, damn, it makes sense if he had 2 today. And he got 2. He got to 30, you guys. Chuba Hubbard with a monster payout for 2 touchdowns. You see how Rams is 30, also 57. Today had 57 date numerology, and it was the Rams' 57th postseason game. But yeah, Hubbard's 2 touchdowns put him at 30 for the career.
Yeah, and he wears number 30, right?
Exactly, and it's a 3-date numerology. 30 is 3 in numerology. It was all numerology all day. Again, the date numerology paths you guys today it breaks down to 3, but the paths were 12, 21, and 57. First game, number 12 scores his 21st career touchdown. Game 2, that was Puka. Game 2, Christian Watson, first touchdown, 21st touchdown. Just the score's 3-21 at the half. I mean,
yep.
Anyway.
And for a while on the ESPN page, they had the Bryce Young zoomed in on the number 9, and I think he had the narrative of fall of 9-9 in one of his records, right, somewhere.
He did, yeah. The 9-9 could have played for their overall record or against them. So.
Yeah. So I mean, great day today. I mean, great work. We look to continue to cash out on the NFL for the remainder of the season. And we know baseball is coming up, which I think baseball is your best sport, especially when it comes to the futures. And I mean, I've been here, like I said, 3.5 years or something like that, and nothing but good reviews, no complaints from me. I mean, I've just been getting free groceries for the past 4 years or so. So,
What do you think about all my haters? Do you think they are paid for trolls? Because I do have a lot of haters.
I mean, they have to be paid for, right? Because anyone who's against this, you're either getting paid for it or you're just retarded.
Here's a guy who took my advice, you know, and Open Up does the same thing. Open Up doesn't bet a lot each day. I talk about turning small bills into big bills. Here's somebody in the community turned $5 into 1.5K today. I guarantee you, he had the Chuba Hubbard 2 touchdowns on there, because if you have that with a few other things that hit, if you have something that's 50-1 and you mix it with some other player prompts that come in, I bet he had that on there, and I bet he had Jordan Love 4 passing touchdowns, then probably just a few other things, and that's how you can do it, you guys. Small risk, 5 into 1.5K. Boom.
Yeah, and for anyone who's new and who's listening to this, we don't claim to hit everything. There's nobody.
No. And to be fair, I had my worst day in the NBA and NHL in forever, but that's because a bunch of patterns that have been crushing just missed all over the place today. But we knew we were going to do damage in this wild card round, and most of my community likes to stick to football anyway, which a lot of days they should be playing the NBA and NHL. But today was a good day to stay off the ice.
Right. I mean, so people who are new, if you're new to this and you're looking to find out, you think it's BS. I mean, first of all, there's nothing that's 100%, right? There's no guarantee. But there's days like today where you could really profit off of the solid narratives.
There's a lot of days. I mean, how many days have we had days between the NBA and NHL where we have like 15 games right and 1 wrong? I mean, these are the days we can multiply small bills into big bills. And again, if you're doing what I'm advising for most people, and that's playing $5 to $10 worth a day, so your budget's $150 to $300 a month. If you just have like 7 days in the month where you turn the small bill into 50 to 100, you're constantly building each month, and you're never putting yourself at some position where you're going to lose your house. And that's the problem with a lot of gamblers is, you know, they bet more than they can afford to lose, and they chase their losses and they ruin their life. That's not what we're teaching over here. We're teaching, listen, the game's rigged day in and day out. A lot of these patterns are super consistent. Just like that, 5 into 1.5K. That guy just paid for his next $300 worth of $5 parlays.
Right. And like this community, we're not here to give you a slip to play. Like, we're not like cappers that give you plays that are based off whatever they're basing it off. This is a little different. This is usually patterns in different ways with gematria, different numbers. I mean, anyone who comes in here, don't start.
It's real knowledge. It's about understanding the way the game is actually rigged, because we prove every day it is. And when you see the Bears are down 18, and you know Bears is 18, and you talk about this pattern day in and day out with this team, and all year we've been looking for 18s in their games, you're like, wait a minute, this looks like one of these comeback scenarios, not to mention the Bears just had an epic comeback versus the Packers just, a couple weeks ago? So here we go again.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing left.
And that's the other thing, too. For all you guys who can bet real time, you knew the Packers weren't going to come off 27 points. I knew it was over. There's no way they're going to score on that drive. Jordan Love's whole season's been about 27.
Yep.
Same reason we had him to score 4 passing touchdowns tonight to get to 27 on the year. It's just a joke.
Yeah, so I always appreciate you, Zach, for showing me this knowledge. I'm glad I came across it. Hopefully,
for the person in the chat who just brought the guy, you are a scamming loser. Hey, step up to the mic tonight and show me that the games aren't rigged. Or here, you know what? I'll even offer another one. Prove that I'm a scamming loser, and you can win the $1,818.18 tonight, because you can't. Step up to the mic, loser. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that guy's a retard. He probably doesn't know how to even join the stream, so he won't be joining. We know that. We know he's not coming on. So if you still want to troll in the chat, you'll just be banned after a while. But today we'll leave it kind of open for you if you want to join in and debunk it. But yeah, Zach, that's all I have. Appreciate you. I'll be on the Patreon tomorrow, and we're here to make more money. See you.
Indeed. All right. Open up. Have a good night, man. Congrats on the win.
All right, you too.
All right, we got Charlie, and then we got Big Money. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, yo, man. I'm a first-time caller, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Your mic sounds great.
All right, perfect. I mean, I just got a new phone. Whatever.
It's good. Yeah, your audio sounds better than
the Pixel 10, bro. The Pixel 10. But what's it called? Hey, Zach, man. I just have to give you your flowers, man. I just called in because. All right, so I first heard about you because of the Charlie Kirk decode. that's when I first tuned into you, right? That was like
Hold
what?
up, man. How did we not point that out? Do you remember the day of the Charlie Kirk Memorial? The Bears scored 31.
No. That's when I first saw your YouTube, right? So you were live and I clicked on it, bro. But that's like I said, they're like trying to deplatform you and shit. So you should be like, dude, you've won me so much money, and like I've only heard of you because like I wasn't even hip to that. Like you were betting on sports, and then I learned like you were betting on sports and you're decoding sports. But I first learned about you because of you're giving the news about the Charlie Kirk, and you decoded everything, man. And like, bro, like you did it crazy, and then like all of a sudden I'm winning money off of you because I'm following your sports tier, and like Elohim, Hot Hand Dave, all these guys are making me money, bro. I just came on here to give you guys your flowers, bro, because you guys are amazing, dude. It's absolutely incredible how much the decoding works, dude.
I'm so glad you brought up the Charlie Kirk thing, you guys. You see how today is 122 days after his supposed death at 31, and I say supposed because again, none of it makes any sense, and he's supposedly buried in an unmarked grave. But look how it's 122 days later, because that's the National Football League number, National Football League. And I got to go back at my notes because I know there was something about his death in 122. I know the governor had it. There was something 122 about his death as well.
You blew up. You absolutely blew up because of the Charlie Kirk shit. I was on that live stream. I know that's when you said like you had a lot of traction.
Well, they deleted the video.
They deleted you. They deleted. Yeah, but you blew up, dude. Before they deleted you, you blew up. I was on there.
You're new here. Trust me, there's no blowing up. A decade ago, I got so much better viewership than I got now. We're so buried in the algorithm.
I know you always say that. I have to buy your book, dude. I have to buy your book. I really do. I really do, bro.
On the work.
Is it still on Amazon or?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay. All right.
It only sold 10 copies last month. If it continues to be that bad, they might not sell it on there.
Oh, there it is. Hey, all right. Let me screenshot that. Hold up. Keep it up. All right, I got it.
Hubbard, you'll find.
I screenshotted it. Perfect. I thought you said they took you off.
Well, at times they've hidden the. I don't know if they still have the ebook version, or I guess it's up there. At times they've hidden that Kindle edition, the Kindle edition.
Yeah, I tried to search it up like a month ago, and it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I screenshotted it, so I should have it. Okay. But yeah, I just really wanted to give you your flowers, man. I mean, ever since that Charlie Kirk shit, every time, like, you're like 80% in NHL at least. That might be low. And then you're like 75% in NBA, including the spreads. So like,
it got a lot harder. It used to be
like your spreads. You like you always tell somebody to just do the spread. Like if they're the underdog, just do the spread. Same in NHL. If they're the underdog, just do the spread, and it works like 80 to 70% of the time, dude.
Yeah, we've hit it a
like literally.
Today was off. Some days are like that.
Yeah. Oh, today was but some days are like 90%. And then you're like, just do the spread, dude. Like, you don't have to do the fucking money line. Just do the spread. You'll be safe. Like, plus 1.5 for the puck. And then, like, plus, like, whatever, 9.5 for NBA. You'll be straight. Just do the fucking alternate, you know?
So since you're new here, you might not know this, but, like, I have dedicated trolls that have been hating and slandering my name for going on a decade. What do you think? Because I used to do even better work than I do now.
I've tipped you and shit.
Do you think these people are paid for trolls?
I hear a lot of people. They're really weird, dude. I don't know if they sound weird. I feel like just boot them. But like, if you're not winning money off of it, bro, I haven't even been following you for like not even a year. Not even a year. I've been following you for like. So yeah, that's not even a year. That's like 8 months, maybe, whatever. Yeah, not even that. Probably 6
days ago. It was 122. It was 4 months ago.
How much is that? 4 months ago. It feels long. Yeah, it feels so long because you've been winning me money. Okay, so I've been following you since Charlie Kirk, and you've been winning me. I mean, your NBA alternate, tease it up, underdog, alternate, spreads combined with the NHL. I mean, and then you combine the touchdowns that you called today. I mean, Kyron scored today. Who else scored today? Puka twice.
Love it, four
Cuba, you
touchdowns.
scored today. Oh yeah, you scored
Kenny
today.
Moore.
You
Yeah,
scored twice today. Yeah.
Roma Doomsday.
No, but you said his yards, right? You could have played just his yards. Just 20 plus yards for Chuba Hubbard was like plus 180 for 20 yards.
Yeah.
He was way more than 20 yards. That was like a plus 200 play. You could have put
And
20
again,
on that.
the reason Hubbard looked good today is because when guys wear jersey numbers that correspond with the team, they often do well. He wears 30, and by scoring twice today, which paid 50 to 1,
He went crazy.
He got his 30th career touchdown versus the Rams.
He got 2, right?
He got 2 to get to 30 for his career.
Man went crazy. And you could have just bet his yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd been a lot more conservative play.
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Charlie.
Yeah, brother.
I guess your real name's not Charlie, but you use that because that's how you got here.
No. That's my real name.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Why is that funny?
Well, I guess it's ironic. You found me through Charlie Kirk.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, yeah. Well, my real name is Charles, but whatever. I go by Charlie. I don't like Charles, but yeah, we're good. But yeah, bro, that's all I wanted to say. I just want to give you your flowers. How do I exit out of this?
I can help you get out, but yeah, have a good night, man. Nice talking to you.
All right, brother.
Take care. All right, we got Big Money back. What's up, Big Money?
Hey Zach. Yeah, so what's funny about these NFL games, like I don't even really watch them. Like this is around the time of year that I play it live to get the in-game clues. And this game reminded me of a couple years ago when the Jags and the Chargers were playing in the playoffs and the Jags had that ridiculous comeback. Like literally all the number patterns.
Oh, man, we love that game too. We were all over that. That game was all about 23 and 2023, the big Jaguars number. Yeah.
Yep. So that like literally when you catch these games live, like which I don't really like watching these games because it's just so sickening to watch sports in general. But around this time of year, like when you watch it, you catch all the clues like in game. You know right away a comeback is gonna happen and it's a dead giveaway. And this tonight literally reminded me of that game. So like it was an easy W for the whole community. Like this is literally something we've been tracking for 17 plus weeks. It's undeniable. Like if you're new here, you just don't pay attention or you can't read the notes or whatever, like you're just being ridiculous at this point. Like you just don't have a purpose, of being here. It's become like it's just constant repetition every single year, week after week they do this.
Does it feel like each year the scripts get more obvious?
Yeah, I would say that. It's just a dead giveaway. At this time of year, they're
you guys
telling
here.
you,
Let's I remember this so blatantly. Do you remember what they did in NFL Week 10? I mean, there's a lot of examples, but just look at Week 10, you guys. First game of the week, number 10. Bo Nix barely beats the Raiders with 10 points. And by the way, a pattern we followed all year. Every single time it was a division matchup on Thursday Night Football, every single game, the underdog covered the spread, just like how the Raiders covered in this game. Sometimes there was an outright upset, but every single division matchup on Thursday Night Football, the underdog covered the spread. But a 10-point win for number 10 to start the week. And then how did the week finish? The exact same score, 10-7. And Jordan Love went down to close out Week 10. And then Week 16, oh, man, that started with the Seahawks' first ever 16-point comeback in the fourth quarter on the day that number 16 dies in NASCAR. Good news from Washington State. But, there's a million things you could point out during a season, but just some of this stuff is just like, how are the fans not seeing this? Are they paying attention to what NFL week it is?
And another thing, too, if you want to bring an obvious pattern up, so when Dick Butkus and Nick Mangold died, the
Nick Mangold from Ohio, who played for the Jets, dead right before the Jets win their first game of the year in Ohio, and then the Jets' only 2 wins to start the year were both over the Ohio teams right after he died. Go ahead.
No, but what's even crazier is that Justin Fields was the quarterback in both of those wins for the Bears and the Jets. Like it's just such a fucking joke how nobody can see this.
Yeah. It is.
And like, just like you said, like with all the numerology, I mean, You could see the 4s on the board for tomorrow, like with the coaches, their postseason records. I won't get into any detail. And then there's a 58 on there's a 58 on the board for the date numerology tomorrow for one of the coaches, the Bills coach. Like, you see this day after day, and you just keep following along. You're gonna see it. It's all a dead giveaway.
By the way, if anyone's wondering why the Rams won with 34, it's the most perplexing score of the day. It's the 9th Fibonacci number in the Battle of the Nines. And the Panthers, it was their 31st season. You got to love how it ends with 31 points. So.
Yep.
And again, the Panthers and the Bucks both became 8-9 against each other, and then the Panthers got into the playoffs, which we thought they would, with the Falcons winning, becoming 8-9 as Kirk Cousins got his 89th career win. Why does 89 matter to the Panthers? Because again, it's about the Black Panther Party. Their founder died in 89, the same year that Cam Newton was born, the same year that the new Black Panther Party was founded. And for anyone who thinks that's dumb, go read the old article about me that USA Today wrote a decade ago when I told everybody in week 3 why it was going to be Panthers losing to the Broncos. Look at this, you guys. Huey P. Newton equals 58. That's the founder of the Black Panther Party. Cam Newton became the 58th quarterback to start in a Super Bowl. And because Peyton Manning couldn't even throw the ball that year, but I knew they were going to script the Super Bowl for him, I said it's going to be a defensive game. Look for a defensive MVP. How about number 58, Von Miller, drafted one spot after Cam Newton in the NFL draft, in their respective draft? All of that called out in week 3, the right matchup and the right Super Bowl MVP. A gentleman, shout out to Jeremy, wherever he is, he turned a small bill into $15,000 just by putting in futures for that crap early in the year. So again, you guys, we've been doing it over and over for over a decade now. It's just it frustrates me that more NFL fans don't know about this. And of course, a lot of it has to do with YouTube mass deleting the channel and pretty much always keeping me shadow banned, I'd say. But at certain times, I've been able to get a lot more views than I can get now. But everyone deserves to know about this. Everyone deserves to know about the games being rigged.
Yep. No, absolutely. And my final point is, it was a span of 204 days from Matthew Golden's birthday. You were talking about him earlier tonight.
You're talking about his upcoming birthday. It's more important that it's his 163rd day of his age, the 38th prime, like golden wild card.
But his name has the 204.
I see.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that point in there, but to just reiterate what you were saying.
Okay, so he had something going on both ways. Okay, all right, that's a good point too.
Yep, but I'll let other people get in. That's all I had. Thank you again.
All right, take care, Big Money. All right, what's up, Razor?
Hey, boss man. Yeah, same old story. You know, I was out having a few drinks, watching the games with some of the fans, friends of mine, and I'm calling everything that's going to happen and why it's going to happen. And so now I'm talking to you because they went home pretty quiet. So, you know, it's like they don't.
That's what's annoying, man. It's just everyone's so butthurt because they can't admit that they've been fooled by this show that's literally for retards. It's frustrating.
I mean, yeah, like you, I don't get it because, you know, I watched like they did 20, 30 years ago, you know. Even then I thought, oh, it's rigged, obviously. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to bet who would they rig it for? You know, that was my mindset when I was a young kid. Still, knowing it's rigged 30 fucking years ago. And I just can't believe the people that I know personally in my own family, friends, they still follow it like they're really playing. It's so hard to comprehend. I just can't, and I'm telling them everything that's about to happen. LA got the ball back with 2:39. I'm like, okay, this is hysterical.
Don't get it. 239 is the 52nd prime. Los Angeles Rams equals 52. So does wild card, and we know that if Stafford wins, he's getting his 52nd career win with the Rams, which he did.
Yeah. Man, their playoff record is pretty interesting. If they win the Super Bowl, they're like 31, 29, and 60. Like it's Super Bowl 60 in the AFC and the NFC record. But they reaffirmed all my thoughts with the LA and the 3. You know, they won by 3 today. They won the 9. You know, the 34 signifies a 9. The LA, the Boston and New York teams played. They're both the first games. There was a 2 hat tricks, like a 23. So there's a lot of stuff there, but I'll talk about what I saw in the final game tomorrow or on the Patreon anyway.
today, if you guys didn't see, the U.S. was bombing away in Syria while the Rams were winning. The Ram is the god of war, and don't forget how that Russia-Ukraine war started right after the Rams won the Super Bowl with Sean McVay with his Ukrainian fiance out there. Ukraine's got the same colors as the Rams, so there's something up with that too.
For sure, and the first championship was a dart player, and he's wearing the Rams colors again, and he's 18. So that kind of stuff. But I did see the last game. My thought process was the clue was Loop, the kicker. So I came to the conclusion, they're going to close the loop on the Brady script. So a priest did the holy water, and as you said earlier, the only time a priest ever blessed the game was with Brady, and it was in Atlanta.
That was Pope Francis.
Right. And it was in Atlanta. And here's Stafford, the Atlanta Georgia Bulldog.
Was in Houston, but Atlanta's who gave up the lead.
Right. So I'm just attributing, like, Stafford's the Atlanta Bulldog, Georgia Bulldog or whatever from Atlanta. So, him facing the team that Brady was on or whatever. Payback.
I know he was the Atlanta QB. For the record, he played at Boston College, the Jesuit school. That's why he gave up the big lead to the Boston football team, the Patriots.
Yeah. But yeah, just funny stuff. The Kirk number 31 in both games. They're about 3-0, and then the Chiefs. The Bears start with a 3, and then the 3 straight touchdowns, like 2 threes going on. Just LA in 3 the whole weekend, so it was pretty funny. But I'll chime in again with on the Patreon. But yeah, same old story, same old hat. I don't think these people are, it's their hobby or whatever. I can't get through my own family, so I don't know how you're going to get through, the random listener. But it is what it is. So, but we'll just keep taking advantage of the easy. Low-hanging fruit anyway.
Indeed we will. And again, if you got here late, I am offering a cash prize tonight of $1,818.18. If you can prove the NFL isn't rigged, I am good for it. But it's going to be tough for you to prove, but I am a fair judge. If you can drop the dimes here tonight, you got yourself $1,818.18. All right, Razor. Have a good night,
sir. Yes, sir.
Take care. All right, we got Michael. What's up, Michael? Just like that, Michael's out of here. Michael was the next one in line. We don't have anybody else in line. I got a lot of work to do tonight. I can work while I do the stream, but it'll be boring if we don't have callers. So if you want to join us tomorrow, we will be streaming 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, 2 hours before kickoff for the Sunday games. And what I got to finish up tonight is NBA and NHL and the rest of my Sunday game decodes. But if we don't have any other callers, we can leave it there. Again, you guys, these leagues are embarrassing. To not know they're rigged is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Again, I don't know how it's not embarrassing to you guys. An 18-point comeback by number 18 when in Gematria Bears equals 18. Jordan Love, 27 this, 27 that all year from the announcers. We had him for 4 touchdowns tonight to get to 27 on the year. They shanked the extra point to lose with 27 points. You know what the numbers mean. You know the game's over. Doesn't matter that the Packers got the ball back with a chance to take the lead again. You know they're stuck on 27. 58 points in the game. Game perfectly synced with the first Chicago Pope. Again, Pope Leo XIV, who became the Pope on May 8th, 5-8. TP USA, 58. Charlie Kirk's death had a lot to do with 58 and 31. You see how the Bears won tonight with 31 with 58 points in the game, 122 days after his death when National Football League is 122. You see the 85 too, because the NFL was founded in Chicago. Bears only Super Bowl season, the 85-86 season. 46-point win with the 4-6 defense. Tonight, Jordan Love with the 46 points picks up his 23rd career loss in Chicago. Jordan Love, 23rd loss. Wake up. All right. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. I saw some haters in the chat. I don't know why they didn't step up to the mic. I mean, what's the point of hating in the chat? You broke ass losers. I know you could use the $1,800 and 18 more and 18 cents. Come on. Come on. Thank you all the people sending tips over. I'm glad a lot of people had nice winning days. Doesn't look like we have anybody that wants to claim the prize money. What do I got to sweeten the pot? What's up, Chris from Vegas? Oh, in and out, in and out. What's with you guys in and out tonight? Listen, I need all of you NFL fans to look in the mirror and say like some kind of mantra. I'm not going to be a retard anymore. I'm not going to be a fucking moron anymore. I'm tired of these leagues treating me like I'm a fucking loser. They are fucking rigged. How was I so fucking dumb? You know, something like this. Just get in the mirror, find the mirror. We all got a mirror somewhere in our house. If you don't, I don't know, go into a McDonald's bathroom, whatever you got to do. Find a mirror and look at yourself. I'm a fucking loser no longer. It is the National Fix League. I'm going to sign up for the Patreon tomorrow. It's time to pad my pockets. I mean, again, do something smarter than waste your money. How many of you guys waste your money on the merchandise of these athletes that don't give two shits about you? We got to do something about America. Not only do we have to elevate the intelligence level, we got to elevate the athleticism level. There's not a lot of intelligent people and there's not a lot of good athletes. You know how I know that? Because I grew up as an intelligent person who was a good athlete that literally did run circles around almost everybody in my community and everything. I was that kid on the block, younger than everybody else, but when we played basketball, I had to play them 1-on-3 and I'd still beat their ass. That's why I grew up looking at pro sports and going, this shit doesn't make sense. This doesn't make any sense. There's no way this guy's getting paid all this money and he can't do that. He's not capable of that. He didn't know to do that. I mean, how many times have you just watched an athlete do something impossible to lose a game? Like, how could he not know to go out of bounds? The fuck was he doing? Is this some Darryl Strawberry shit? Is he on crack? How could he not have known to do that? How could he not catch that ball? Do you remember Caleb Williams giving up the lead to J.J. McCarthy earlier this year? Do you remember the throws he was making? This guy won the Heisman and he's missing these wide open receivers by a million miles. It doesn't even make sense. How many people out there played quarterback? I mean, it's like this dude won the Heisman and he can't. I mean, that J.J. McCarthy comeback should have never happened. That was all because Caleb Williams couldn't hit wide open receivers. Did you see the other day when the Bills lost going for the 2-point conversion at the end? Josh Allen has his man wide open in the back of the end zone and throws it way in front of him into the dirt. Are you a star quarterback or do you suck at football? Which one is it? Because it can't be both. How are these guys? How do these officials come back for another season after the horrible calls they make year after year? ESPN's like, oh man, no, wow, that call really ruined the game. Oh, guess what? He's on the field working another game next week. Meanwhile, if you're a varsity referee at the high school level and you make a call that bad, guess what? You don't work varsity anymore. Your new assignment is you're going to work the little 10-year-old YMCA game this weekend. You're not going to do any more varsity games. You're going to have to earn your way back up the ladder because you fucked up. But not the National Fix League. These assholes are back every week in their zebra uniforms. What's up, DK Stonewood?
Hey, Zach. I'm on my way. I'm just going to be real quick. Check the mail and did you know that during the
I got the wife beaters. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Did you know that during the Nuremberg trials, 12 people were sentenced to death and 7 to jail? Another 12-7, 127, another Pearl Harbor, 9/11.
Remember, the Bavarian Illuminati's 127, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry's 127. Yeah, it's all connected.
How many windows on the White House?
147, like President of the United States.
Okay.
Like
All right.
Freemason and President of the United States. Remember, Trump shoved his ex-wife down the stairs and she died on 14/7. The same day he said he'd run in the 60th election. Donald Trump, 60. On the same day he said he would run for the 60th election, his ex-wife's dead. That was 60 weeks into the first ever Jesuit Ignatian year. You see how Freemason is 147, and so is U.S. president, and so is President of the United States, and so is conspiracy. That's what this whole nation is, from the rigged football to the rigged elections. But anyway, go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, and also to answer the question, yeah, 100% they're paid for trolls. There's no way another man would be just calling another man every time he's on doing a stream. It makes no sense. What kind of life would you be leading? Unless that's your job, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. And it's the same people all the time. There's no way somebody would be doing that just organically. Even, no matter how lame you were, you wouldn't be doing that. You'd be playing video games or doing something else unless you were getting paid. Anyway, I just wanted to chime in real quick. I got some people kind of waiting for me, so I'm gonna take off. I'll talk to you soon, Zach.
All right. Hey, thanks for the gift. I appreciate the beaters.
Yeah, when you get over your sickness and get back in the gym, you'll find them useful.
Yeah, I've missed the last 2 weeks because I don't want to go back in there and tell them all the way better. I'm not trying to get other people sick. So
yeah, cool, man. All right. Enjoy.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye.
Yeah, it sucks when you get back in the gym routine and then you're not going. And I'm almost to the point where I'm almost all the way better, but I still cough here and there. I don't want to be that guy in the gym. Because you know what? Right before I got sick, there was a guy in the gym that looked like he was dying, and I was like, "Did this guy really have to come to the gym today?" Jesus. Next thing I know, I'm sick. And whatever. By the way, if you guys haven't gotten sick, be careful. There was something nasty going around. I was talking to my neighbor. She said her roommates had it for the last month and a half. I've been like at 90% for over a week now, but it just doesn't want to get all the way out of my lungs. All right. Well, I guess we don't have anybody that wants to claim the cash prize. You guys are always in the comments about how do you rig sports games. I just want to hear you geniuses come on here and tell me about how rigged it is. All right, last try. Otherwise, I got things to do. Yeah, I hadn't been sick for almost 5 years. It's been about exactly 5 years since I was last sick, but I got sick, the day after Christmas, something like that. And there was this guy at the gym a couple of days before I started to feel something on my throat who, again, it just looked like he was dying of an illness. I was just like, did you really have to come to the gym today, my guy? I mean, Jesus, I appreciate you staying on the grind, but man, coughing and sneezing and pulling out his snot rag. I was like, God. I'm not going on any machines anywhere where you are. Yeah, everybody in our community should have been on the Bears at halftime down 18. The script was too obvious. You could just smell it from a million miles away, knowing that Jordan Love could get his 23rd loss in the game. It was a lot like the Jaguars-Chargers game a few years ago. And if you remember that game where the Jaguars came back on the Chargers, they were down 1 million points at halftime. Tony Dungy was just giving it away at halftime. He was calling that game, and I don't think it's over. I think they got a good shot to come back and win it. And thank God they did, because it would have been bad for us. I said the Jags were the lock of that weekend. Didn't look good at halftime, but the numbers didn't lie. And sure enough, the Jaguars came back and beat the Chargers. Yeah, I just got to comment on this too. This kind of stuff right here is as dumb as saying that sports isn't rigged. This whole thing about how you can't catch a cold is so dumb. I got sick. My baby had never been sick before. It got sick, the same thing I had, and she also has the same thing. It's stuck in her lungs. My wife got sick because my father and his wife helped watch our baby. They got sick. Everybody got sick like dominoes. We all got the same thing. And it's the first time ever, though, that I got my family sick. Normally my wife gets sick and then I catch what she has. That's always been the way it has. This whole thing that's emerged since Cooties 19, this is like the dumb conspiracy theory. You can't catch a cold. There's no such thing as germs. It's just like, God, I mean, have you guys ever lived before? I mean, catching colds from people who are close to you happens all the time. I mean, it's unbelievable. If your immune system's really strong and you're eating all the right things and you're getting enough rest, sure, you can duck it. You could be the only one in your family who doesn't catch it. That's because your immune system's in superior shape. You know, I was bound to get sick because we've had the little one and I haven't had a decent night's sleep in over a year. But yeah, I get so annoyed when people are like, hey, you can't catch a cold. Wrong. We got EJ and then we got Evan. What's up, EJ?
Yo, Zach, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man, I caught it earlier on the live stream, right? And man, I caught a lot of flack in the comments on the way I was kind of like, you know, the way I was kind of like, you know, decoding the up and coming games, you know. But I will say this, you know, I did expect the Panthers to win today, you know, with the conversions that I was doing, but it doesn't. It's not 100%.
Technically, they covered the spread by 1,000,000 miles, so they were the
yes, they did cover the spread. But I'll say this though, Zach. You know, I got different methods that I use because predominantly I don't really use the system that you originated to, you know, bet on sports. Even though I win from time to time whenever I make my bets. But I kind of use the system for other methods. You know what I'm saying? But over the years, you know, just listening to you and everybody else that's been a part of the community, I picked up on different ways to convert numbers over and just math. Because when you really look at it, you know, the people that control the system, you know, they're mathematical geniuses. You know what I'm saying? So there's not really like I've noticed over the years when we switched over from, you know, just from using the 2 ciphers to the 4 ciphers to going to reverse and then incorporating composite numbers. Like, and we were always gaining different parts or looking at different ways to look at numbers in general. You know, so that's the type of the approach that I use when I come to, you know, decoding sports or whatnot.
Well, you've always been an outside the box thinker, so yeah, I like it.
I appreciate that, man. But let me ask you something real quick about the games coming up tomorrow. Maybe you can pull this up. What do you think? What do you think are the odds of Jacoby Myers scoring a touchdown tomorrow? He's a wide receiver, I believe, for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars?
Yeah, he plays for the Jaguars.
Too bad he wasn't playing today on the 3-day.
I don't know his stats.
They're playing the Bills tomorrow. So he got 25 career touchdowns. Well, there's a number not too far off from there that goes with Buffalo. So it stands out to me. He can get his tomorrow as 4-8 numerology. He's on 3 touchdowns with the Jags.
Okay, there you go. So I'm looking at him amongst other people, but this is one of the reasons why he stands out to me, why I think he's going to not only possibly get a touchdown, but could, you know, depending on what book you're using, he could get over, you know, 50 yards, you know, passing on top of that. But his birthday, I believe, is November 9th. So from November 9th to tomorrow is 63 days. So tomorrow the game is 63 days after his birthday.
Okay.
So check this out, Zach. So this is the way I like to convert numbers, right? So tomorrow's 63 days after his birthday. If you look at that number 63, so if you type in touchdown, that's where I'll start. If you type in touchdown in the calculator, one of the No, I believe it's in reverse reduction. Touchdown sums to 39. So if you take, let me see your phone. Give me 1 second, Zach. Give me 1 second, man. 1 second.
Just remember, it's not real complicated the way we pick touchdowns, right? Like today, we rolled the date numerology and the guys who could catch touchdowns that matched the gematria of the opponent, and that overwhelmingly dominated in just cooking with player props. So just don't make it too complicated.
Yeah, listen, Zach, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. But you know, me being as narcissistic.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Precise.
What happened? You took,
you know, in my decodes, you know, because I don't like to lose. Zach, I don't like to lose money. You see what I mean? So I like to be very precise. So a few of the guys that you picked today to score, you know, I picked them to score. You know, I did my decodes. You know, did my confirmations. You know, what's the guy's name? Hubbard scored. And Christian Watson scored. You know, that was only little 2 touchdowns I had for today. Yeah, well, I won like 114 bucks. You know, that's all I did today. Yeah, I won like 114 bucks. But I had to confirm. I had to go through a confirmation, and this is what I did, Zach. So the guy that I'm talking about, what's his name? That pays for the Jags again. Jacoby Myers, right? Tomorrow is 63 days after his birthday, Zach. Touchdown subs to 39. Now, 63, if you take the number 63 and if you divide it by the golden ratio, Zach, this is the things that I've learned just by listening to people over the years, just by following your channel, bro. If you take the number 63 and you divide it by the golden ratio, which is 1.61, it sums to 39. Amongst other things. You know, amongst other things, but that's even if you spell out the word 63, it has a connection to the word touchdown as well. So that's kind of like how I'm kind of like do the decodes, and I'm really heavily dependent on you and all the callers. So I really give you and all the callers all the flowers in the world, man, because I wouldn't be here really doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for you and everybody else that calls in, man. You know what I mean? So
one of the best
I just want to throw that out there for the community. Jacoby Myers tomorrow. EJ,
one of the
you know,
best
he looks good to get a touchdown, man. He looks good to get a touchdown. But you're right when you say, you know, you got to keep things simple, man. Keep things simple. You don't want to kill the deal. You want to kiss the deal. You know, keep it simple. Keep it short and sweet.
I appreciate it. Man.
Yeah, that's all I really pretty much want to jump on and throw out to everybody tonight.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, EJ. Take care, man. About keeping it simple, you guys. One of the best player props we had of the whole season paid 100 to 1. It was Trevor Lawrence's birthday, number 16, and we saw if he had 2 rushing touchdowns, he'd get to 16 in his career. And if I'm not mistaken, the date numerology path that day was 16. So it was like this super 16 alignment, 100 to 1 for Trevor Lawrence to have 2 rushing touchdowns. If you remember that game, he like fell down at the end on the second rushing touchdown. He fell down. And then the defender didn't even go after him, and he got back up and ran into the end zone. That's how you can see it was scripted, too, because it's like, damn, he should have been sacked. And then the ESPN some excuse the next day for why he didn't get over there and make the play. Anyway, we got Evan, then we got Gematria32, then we got Decode Talker. That might be Kayla. What's up, Evan?
Hey, Zach. I know at the beginning of the stream you were talking about kind of like how ridiculous it is that like the star players can't make certain plays or like the refs have to make certain calls. I remember before I came across this work, one thing that always pissed me off was like weird coaching decisions.
Yeah.
Like if we I guess a great example would be the Falcons blown 28-3 lead. I remember there was like a bunch of play calls. I guess it was Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. I'm like, this makes no sense. Are they trying to lose this game on purpose? But like, I was like, oh, they're human. They make mistakes. As I kind of just like dismissed it at the time. But now knowing what I know now,
that game was over. Julio Jones caught the ball and they're like at the 25 with not that much time left. I mean, just run the ball 3 times, get a few more yards. You got a Matt Bryant field goal kicker who's money in the bank in the stadium. Go up 11 points. There would have been 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. The league has gotten stupider since then. Now people are like, oh, you're only down 11 with 2 minutes left. That's plenty of time to come back. I mean, you see what happened last week? But it should have been game over. And it should have never even been in that situation anyway. It's just, the National Fixed League, embarrassing. Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, no, also, like, it seems like in the last few years, it's like coaches will like go for two at like the randomest times, or like they'll go for it on fourth down. Like even in like the Bears game today, I think in the first half, the Bears went for it on fourth down in their own territory.
That's the new thing. Everybody plays like it's Madden. It's like they play coaches coach like a guy plays Madden the video game. Yeah,
right. And they did that so that they could be down by even more at halftime, so then they could be an even bigger comeback. But that's another story for another time. But one thing that I found yesterday that's kind of interesting. So we know that San Francisco is where the Church of Satan was founded. And obviously the Super Bowl is not in San Francisco, but it's where the San Francisco team plays. And what is it? Church of Satan equals 214. And from the day of the Super Bowl until what would be O.J. Simpson's next birthday is 21 weeks and 4 days. And it's also 214 days after what would have been O.J. Simpson's previous birthday. And it's also 2 months and 14 days before another former Buffalo Bills running back's birthday, Marshawn Lynch. That's very interesting that the 214 lines up for both of those players who both played for the Bills. And I don't know if the Bills are going to make it. They do have an interesting narrative, but we know that they love those Church of Satan connections with San Francisco.
Yeah.
All right. And that's pretty much all I got. I just wanted to say the stuff about the weird coaching decisions. And but that's pretty much it. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks, Evan. Take care, man. All right, we got Gematria32 and then Decode Talker. What's up, Gematria32?
Yeah, I got a Murder by Numbers.
Okay.
The director from Seinfeld, they say he passed away on January 5th. His name is Thomas Henry Cerrone Jr. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Cherones, Cerrone, something like that. Well, anyway, his name is Thomas Henry Cerrone Jr. and equals 117 in the base ciphers. And he has a September 11th birthday. So from September 11th last year to January 5th is 117 days. And his name equals 117.
Did you see how they had to write that he directed 81 of the first 86 episodes?
Yeah, like Ritual 81. Yeah. Also,
well, the 86,
Oh, 86.
And then it says he died at age 86, right? I'm just reading the first paragraph of the LA Times article. Just a double 86 in the first paragraph. Blood sacrifice 86.
Yeah, there's more. Also from the day of his death, January 5th, to the conclusion of Seinfeld, which is May 14th, is 130 days. A span of 130 days, like human sacrifice.
Did you connect it to Larry David?
I didn't even do that yet. I just connected to the end of the
Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld. I bet anything is sync with those two.
Yeah, but I just measured from the conclusion of Seinfeld, which was May 14th, to the day that he died, which is 130 days, like human sacrifice, and from his birthday to the day that he died, which matches the gematria of his name. So no coincidence there,
Mm-hmm.
But great work, Zach, man. I feel like you should just charge a flat rate, like $20, like no $5 tier, no $11 tier, because you're giving it away for free at that rate,
Yeah. I could think about it. What do you got? You guys all think I should do another price hike?
Not price hike. Just keep it at 20. Man, people, I'm on the $20 tier. Like it's well worth it.
All right, well, I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
I mean, you got a family support. But also like, you know, you're giving out information. Like any given day of the week, I could from the notes I could get a 4-pick easy. You know, turn $10 into over 100 and more. So it's like, you crazy? You're giving this away for free.
Well, I did it forever for just $5 a month. So, you know,
Away for free, man. Like, you know, and then you know how many people crib your work? You know
I
how many
didn't know
people? What happened?
No, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of
You know
that.
how many people crib your work and say it's theirs? Like, come on, give me a break. Like, and then they don't even shout you out. Nobody gives you a shout out. Like, you know, it's just people just disgusting. But
What are you gonna do?
just and then look, open mic night. You got the price, 1,800. Come and get it. Where you at?
Yeah. We've seen some people pass through the chat hating, but they didn't step up to the mic to get the money. So what's that about?
You know, the information is solid. So, you know, fuck them all. For real. Congrats everyone. And I guess I'll check you out on Patreon tomorrow. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
sounds
Zach.
good, man. You have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take care. I've got Decode Talker, then we got Micah, and then we got Razor. Is it Kayla?
No, what's up, Zach? Hold on
Oh,
one
okay.
second.
She goes by Decode Talker too. What's up, man?
Oh, I guess I don't have to. Hold on one second. Let me turn
It's
that off.
okay. There could be multiple Decode Talkers.
Yeah, it's a reference to a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to share my screen. Can you pull this up real quick so I can go off this? Google Chicago Bears 6 plays 66 yards.
Oh, what do you want me to search?
Chicago Bears 6 plays 66 yards. I don't know if you noticed it.
Oh, nice little 666 tribute.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Look at this Revelation tribute. So yeah, right there is in the fourth quarter. They did it with 1:08 left on the clock. You know, the current pope, his birthday's September 14th, like 149, like Revelation. It's a day that leaves 108 days left in the year. Also, the words 149 equals 108 in English reduced. It's a span of 119 days from his birthday. If you take away the span, it's 16 weeks and 6 days, like the number 200, like the word 201 equals 166. The word 666 equal 201.
Yeah.
And then they say it was 1 minute, 8 seconds. That equals 277, just like the Pope's name, Robert Francis Prevost, 277.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know if you could build off it. It's a little all over the place, but
no, I see it.
Caught my interest.
No, it's a good observation. So, yeah. What a script! What a script!
I couldn't pass up. So once I saw them put in six plays, 66 yards, and then knowing that 108 is a sacred number to a lot of religions, and the word sacred number equals 201.
Yeah. And another phrasing for Satan, that old serpent equals 201 as well.
Oh yeah, good one, going. That's all I wanted to point out. I didn't know if you caught that at the end of the game in the fourth quarter.
No, I didn't catch that. So yeah, great observation. Thank you.
Yep, appreciate your time.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, the 44-yard field goals, I've spoken about this for years. When you see a 44-yard field goal at a crucial moment in a game, it's almost always a miss. It's almost so many times it's off the post. Again, just the word field goal itself is 44. You saw recently when the Colts signed 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, and he played in Seattle 6 days after his 44th birthday, after 6 rivers had flooded in the Seattle area, which was also 44 days after Bill Gates' birthday, Mr. Seattle, Mr. Climate Change. And notice how Seattle is also 44. But that game, Seattle only scored 18 points, and it was all field goals, 6 field goals. Again, you learn these numbers, you just start to see the repetitive patterns. Because I've watched the 44-yard field goal significant rituals so many times over the years. When they just missed last week against Pittsburgh for the Ravens, that was a 44-yard field goal to keep it on 50 points. Pittsburgh 50. You see how Pittsburgh's 50, Steelers is 50. They have the banner, "Here we go," all over the stadium. You see how it's also 31 like Steelers and Lamar Jackson got his 31st loss in that game. And we had it circled a month in advance that Aaron Rodgers would finish the year with 174 wins by beating the Baltimore Ravens, which is exactly what he did. Same pattern over and over. The Steelers and Ravens played each other the day after Edgar Allan Poe's 174th death anniversary, and Mike Tomlin got his 174th win in that game. And by the way, just about 201, the high number of the Jesuits who run the whole show, the Rooney family who run the Steelers are Jesuits. Tomlin just got his 201st win, beating the Ravens in the game where Harbaugh gets fired after. And again, they were hired together for those respective teams, the Steelers and the Ravens, in the same year. It's not an accident. Let's get Micah on here, then Razor, then King Richard. Micah? Micah, oh, you got to hit that mute button. You see how the mic's got a cross through it? You got to hit that button. There you go. Boom.
Yeah. Hi, Zach. Hey. Wait, how much money did you put on if people proved it the NFL wasn't rigged? How much was it?
$1,800 and 18 cents is the payout for anybody who can prove the NFL is not rigged.
I know the NFL is rigged, but like, what would people have to prove to you for it to be not rigged?
Well, they got to, just like how we lay down evidence for how it's rigged, you got to come with a counter argument proving it's not rigged. I mean, because the truth is undeniable. And if somebody comes here and I'm just like, well, damn, I can't deny that, I'll just have to pay up.
Well, I don't really do much decoding, but like the two teams that I think I got the best chances of winning are the Rams or the Bills. I think that's just my opinion.
The Rams are connected to the war in Russia, Ukraine, and they're making it seem like that's near winding down. So that could be a huge worldly event. And who'd you say besides the Rams?
The Bills.
The Bills, the O.J. Simpson connection. Okay, interesting thoughts. Okay.
Yeah, well, that'll be pretty cool. A Bills and a Rams Super Bowl. That'll be pretty cool. But I think I was gonna say something else about the Seahawks because it's on February 8th, right? And if they made the Super Bowl, they'll be the 39 playoff in their franchise, and it's the February 8th. It's the 39th day of the year.
39th day of the year. Well, keep in mind the date can be written 8-2 as well. The majority of the world writes the date 8-2, like Seattle's 82. And if they do win their 2 home games because they're the 1 seed, they're going to be 19-19 in the playoffs, making it the Super Bowl. And the one thing that's interesting about Seattle is the last 2 times there was a new pope, Seattle went to the Super Bowl. The first time was Super Bowl 40. They lost to the Steelers. The last time was Super Bowl 48, where they beat Denver. And the time they beat Denver, you see how Denver equals 94, just like Seattle, Washington? That was the 94th NFL season. And this year, the season began on 9-4. And this could be the reason. I wrote about this actually in my last book, Seattle's connection to the Roman Catholic Church. I didn't even realize the thing about the Pope when I wrote it, but I was writing just about all the Jesuits and how they were running the whole pandemic. Because that also had the big 94 connection, and that's the year they made Bill Gates a celebrity, and his mom died that year, and then his dad eventually died at 94, just like how Russell Wilson lost his grandpa after they won the 94th NFL season. But yeah, this thing about the history of the Pope in Seattle is really interesting, so I am paying attention to that.
Yeah. What else could I say? Wait, hold up. I think I got something. Bro, my computer, man. Many months. How many months is that? No, not days, months. Fucking. Well,
do you want to
bro,
come
my
back?
computer's giving me wrong answers. No. I think I got it. I think you have to. Yeah, because it won't, like, I keep trying to type it up, but it won't show me the answer. But this could be nothing. But from I think it's 28 months, or I could be wrong, but from October 7th, 2023 to February 8th is 28 months, and February 8th can be spelled as 28. That could just be like a random connection, because everything is connected, really. You could find like any connection. Yeah.
Measuring from the start of the war in Israel. Okay.
But that, again, it just could be a random connection. But Have you thought about if it's the Bills versus the Packers? That could be. I think I did it like
Well, it can't
I
be
think
that
I
anymore.
did a
The
decode.
Packers just got eliminated, so it can't be the Packers.
Yeah, but like, I was thinking about like before, but then I yeah.
The Packers are gone. So the remaining teams, you got. Let me see if I can put up the NFL playoff bracket here. You got the 1 seeds that met in the 94th NFL season. The last time we got a new Pope, Pope Francis. You got the Aaron Rodgers Cal guy trying to make it back to the Super Bowl and do his best Brady over the hill impersonation. You got CJ Stroud trying to take the Texans to their first ever Super Bowl. You got the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, who's been doing the Subway ads and is finally having a good season, trying to take his team to the first Super Bowl with their brand new Jewish coach. You got Josh Allen and the Bills trying to play in San Francisco in tribute to OJ, the guy who played for the Bills and Niners and was from San Francisco. You got Mike Vrabel leading his Patriots this year did pick up the 106th home win for all teams of the season. This is the 106th season. That was quite a ritual. You got Harbaugh, who did meet with Trump 213 days before the Super Bowl, which is the 213 area code. By the way, you guys always follow area codes in sports. Today, Billy Donovan got the 214th win of his career for the Bulls, beating the 214 area code Dallas. Chuba Hubbard, part of the reason we liked him to score today, it's really Chuba, but I like to call him Chuba. It was 213 days after his birthday, 213 playing LA. We knew that was a good sign for him. You got the Rams and the, by the way, you know, the Rams, the God of War, Ram, Ares, the God of War. You got the U.S. bombing Syria while the Rams are winning the game. There's something to that. The Eagles, 146 home wins for all teams this year. That's the flag's birthday, 14-6. If the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, they'd be 14-6. The Super Bowl is 239 days after Trump's birthday, like the flag was thrown at 239 Arch Street. That was the whole riddle of the year of Super Bowl 52 when Trump took on the protesters on 23/9. The Niners trying to do what the Bucks and the Rams did and represent in their own stadium. The Bears for the Pope Leo tribute. About how you like the Bills, I feel like if the Bills are there, they'd be most likely to play the Bears because they did sync those two teams up a few weeks ago in tribute to OJ and the Heisman Trophy. But those are your storylines.
Well, I was trying to connect it to like I know they connected to the coach's birthday to the Super Bowl, so I was trying to do that.
Yeah. Well, hey, you can keep thinking about some more. You can call back in, but we got quite a few people in the back now, so I'm going to let some other people get on here. But keep it up, Micah. I appreciate your using the knowledge. All right, take care, man. All right, Razor, I am going to come back to you just because you've already been on. I'm just going to let the new people get in here real quick, and then we'll come back to Razor. What's up, King Richard?
Yo, what's up, Zach? I wanted to add on to the Minnesota thing. Some of you may have overlooked. That incident happened not too far from Prince Hall Masonic Temple. Don't know if you know that. Yeah. And a lot about the George Floyd thing, too, how they're comparing the two incidents. If you just write out Prince Hall Masonic Temple, what the temple's called, it equals 243. I know you talked about a 243 with the shooting. Am I correct?
Yeah, the CIA connection, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you also mentioned it was 243 days after the city's birthday or state's birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can add another one to that list. Prince Hall, Masonic Temple, 243. I thought that was interesting because I mean, just think about that, right? Prince Hall Masonic Temple down the street, not too far away from where the George Floyd and this story happened. I mean, what are the odds of that, right?
Yeah, with the George Floyd thing, it makes more sense just because Prince Hall's for black men.
For black men, yeah. I think the Prince Hall, the Masonic Temple there, the main one is Hall 19 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Hall 19. I know ICE equals 19. So does Chaos, right? Chaos and Floyd. 19.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't know if I know you commented on my video that I did yesterday, but the girlfriend or the wife of the victim, her name literally equals the same thing as Portland shooting in Wednesday and ICE agent. Becca Good.
Okay.
And yesterday, right? Yesterday was the not yesterday, the 8th, right? On January 8th, That would have been a span of 2505 days from the George Floyd thing, which is interesting as well, because May 25th, right? 25/5, the 255.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only things that I had to add on to that. And yeah, it's amazing. I'm seeing people just getting taken by this psyop. Don't know if you've been watching the YouTubers and people out there putting this content out, but they're following the psyop and falling for it. And
look at the whole world. I mean, taken by the news, taken by the rig sports. It's just like it's pathetic.
Right.
It's like, what's wrong with everybody? You can't see that all this stuff's just bullshit. Just
and
trying
then
to manipulate you every day.
Yeah, and just with all like the 33s, right? I mean, just how they have to insert the 33s everywhere.
The number rituals are so obvious, and somehow nobody catches on to them. It's just like the Bears, 18-point comeback led by number 18. It's just stupid.
Yeah. It is truly a mockery, man. It is mockery, and I mean, like I said, I share this with everybody, man. I share this with my whole group. I share this with people on Facebook, and again, I just have dummies on my Facebook just laughing at me, and just oh, you think numbers mean something? I just had to delete Facebook, man. I just had to delete Facebook. I had to. It's toxic on there.
Yeah, I hear it.
But hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I figured I'd just share a couple of those things just to add on. But yeah, hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks, King Richard. You have a good night, man.
You too.
See you. All right, we got Spam Wave, and then we got Razor back. What's up, Spam Wave? For some reason, I can't hear you tonight. Are you talking? I can't hear you for some reason. For some reason, there's no sound. I'm going to let you troubleshoot it. I'll come back to you. See if you can figure it out. I'll come back to you. Wait, talk again? Say something? I think your sound's coming through. Say something. No, maybe not. Something's up, though. I'm hearing some kind of noise. I'm going to come back to you. Wait. Say something again?
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Oh, okay. There we go. Finally. I was reading through this book. It's called the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. Also, right now I'm running. If you could share my screen, I wanted to read this. It's talking right here. It talks about gematria, but it talks about numbers. I put my screen. What?
Here, I'll put it up there.
All right.
There's your screen.
So numbers. The symbolism which is derived from numbers was common to the Pythagoreans, the Kabbalists, the Gnostics, and all mystical associations. Of all superstitions, it is the oldest and the most generally diffused. Allusions are to be found in all systems of religion. The Jewish scriptures, for instance, abound in it, and the Christians show a share of its influence. It is not, therefore, surprising that the most predominant of all symbolism in Freemasonry is that of numbers. The doctrine of numbers as symbols is most familiar to us because it formed the fundamental idea of the philosophy of Pythagoras. Yet it was not original with him, since he brought his theories from Egypt and the East, where this numerical symbolism had always prevailed. Jamblichus tells us on the Pythagorean Life 28 that Pythagoras himself admitted that he had received the doctrine of numbers from Orpheus, who taught that numbers were the most provident beginning of all things in heaven, earth, and the intermediate space, and the root of the perpetuity of divine beings, of the gods, and of demons. From the disciples of Pythagoras we learn, for he himself taught only orally and left no writings, that his theory was that numbers contain the elements of all things and even the sciences. Numbers are the invisible coverings of beings as the body is a visible one. They are the primary causes upon which the whole system of the universe rests. And he who knows these numbers knows that the same time the laws that through which nature exists, the Pythagoreans, said Aristotle, Metaphysics 7 and 5, make all things proceed from us. Dacier laughed at Pythagoras. It is true, denies that this was a doctrine of Pythagoras and contends that it was only a corruption of his disciples. It is true, denies that this was a doctrine of Pythagoras and contends that it was only it was an immaterial point. We know that the symbolism of numbers was the basis of which is called the Pythagorean philosophy, but it would be wrong to suppose that that the Freemasons derived their system, since the two are in some points antagonistic. The Freemasons, for instance, revered the 9 as a sacred number of peculiar significance, while the Pythagoreans look upon it with detestation. In the system of Pythagoras, 10 was of all numbers the most perfect because it symbolizes the completion of things, which, we have a 10-base number system. But in Masonic symbolism, the number 10 is unknown. 4 is not. In Freemasonry, a number of much representative importance, but it was sacredly revered by the Pythagoreans as the tetratic. Can you read? It's this word right here, tetractis.
Okay, but it relates to 10. Okay.
Or figure derived from the Jewish tetragrammaton, by which they swore. Plato also indulged in a theory of symbolic numbers and calls him happy who understands spiritual numbers and perceives their mighty influences. Numbers, according to Plato, are the case of universal harmony, and of the productions of all things. The Neoplatonists extend and developed this theory, and from them it passed over to the Gnostics, from them probably to the Rosicrucians, to the Hermetic philosophers, and to the Freemasons. Cornelius Agrippa has dissented at great length in his occult philosophy on the subject of numbers, that there lies, he says, wonderful efficacy and virtue in number, as well for good as for evil. Not only the most eminent philosophers teach, but also the Catholic doctors. And he quotes St. Hilary as saying that there are 70 elders brought the Psalms into order by the efficacy of numbers. On the prevalence of what are called representative numbers in the Old and New Testament, there is abundant evidence. However we may explain it, says Dr. Palmani, page 67, certain numerals in the scripture occur so often in connection with certain classes of ideas that we are naturally led to associate the one with the other. This is more or less admitted with regard to the numbers 7, 12, 40, 70, and maybe a few more. The fathers were disposed to admit it with regard to many others, to see it in the murals of supernatural design. Among the Greeks and the Romans, there was a superstitious veneration for certain numbers. The same practice is found among all the Eastern notionists, entered more or less all of the ancient systems of philosophy, constituted a part of all the old religions, was accepted to a great extent by the early Christian fathers, which were, of course, the Catholics, constituted an important part of the Kabbalah, was adopted by the Gnostics, the Rosicrucians, and all the mystical societies of the Middle Ages, and finally has carried its influence into Freemasonry. The respect paid by Freemasons to certain numbers, of all which are odd, is founded not on the belief of any magical virtue, but because they are assumed to be the type or representatives of certain ideas. That is to say, a number is in Freemasonry a symbol and no more. It is venerated not because it has any supernatural efficacy, as thought the Pythagoreans and others, but because it has concealed within some allusion to a sacred object or holy thought which it symbolizes. The number 3, for instance, like the triangle, is a symbol. The number 9, like the triple triangle, another. The Masonic doctrine of sacred numbers must not, therefore, be confounded with the doctrine of numbers, which prevailed in other systems. The most important symbolic or sacred numbers in Freemasonry are 3, 5, 7, 9, 27, and 81. Their interpretations will be found under the respective titles. See odd numbers. The subject is also discussed in Dr. Mackey's Revised History of Freemasonry. Numbers, their occult power and mystic virtues. Supreme Magus Rosicrucian Society of England, Numbers, their meaning and magic. Isidore Kaminsky and Rabala of Numbers, Sephirial. I'm going to download those books. I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, and then here's talking about numerology. Numerology is to arithmetic what astrology is to astronomy. In it is a form of occultism in which magical properties are attributed to the natural numbers, and it is probable that it has been more or less experimented with in Europe since the 13th century Kabbalists introduced it into some of their most obscure pages. It is reported that the present time the Kabbalah and numerology are virtually synonymous among Uish Kabbalists in the Near East, of whom there are a few but who carry little weight. It was the fashion for generations to father numerology on Pythagoras, and in the small scraps of information about him available in the periods before modern archaeology, there appeared to be ground for that doctrine, but the theory is now abandoned. It is believed that what Pythagoras... Well, okay, well, I'm not going to read this. I don't think that this has that much relevance, but there was one part that I want to read that this will be a lot shorter. Actually, this book does talk about gematria. It does mention it specifically. Oops, let's see. Here we go. So here it is, numeration by letters. There is a Kabbalist process, especially in the Hebrew language, but sometimes applied to other languages. So Greg, who's streaming right now, there goes your entire point out the window. But anyway, but sometimes applied to other languages, for instance, to the Greek, by which a mystical meaning of a word is deduced from the numerical value of the words by which it is composed, each letter of the alphabet being equivalent to a number. Thus, in Hebrew, the name of God, Jah, is equivalent to 15 because equals 10, whatever. But it was saying in here that it was saying that that the first time that God said his name was to Moses, and what he's told Moses, the quote is, "I am Jehovah," which equals 47. And I thought that I wanted to show you that. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I also wanted to. There's actually a whole. Yeah, here we go.
I am Jehovah also has the connection with Kabbalah, 178.52. Boom.
Yep. Yep.
And
Just like
again,
Jehovah.
Tetragrammaton has that 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society. Again, I wrote all this stuff in my first book. Yep. Again, the Masons, they credit Pythagoras with being the first Freemason, and Pythagoras was all in the numbers and obviously important in mathematics, and he was into this gematria thing, and in Greek they call it isopsophy. Yeah, I mean, I've explained all this stuff. I wrote a book about it, so trust me, I know, but I don't mind you sharing it for people who don't know. So
yeah, and I mean, and I mean, the one thing that I like doing about this and the stuff that I present is that like this book is Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. This is a book that I found from Freemasons, like on Reddit. There's r/Freemasonry, and like actual Freemasons will like post their Masonic temples and like the books that they're reading in their Masonic libraries. And so I downloaded a bunch of the PDFs for like every single book that they had, all these Masonic encyclopedias. And this thing that's here, this is an AI, a local AI that I set up, and I had it go through all these books. It was just doing this right now. I had it go through all these books and look for gematria, numerology, doing rituals through numbers, all that stuff, and cite it into a document like locally on my computer, and it'll cite the page and the document, so I can just go and look it up and like see what the quote is. And I just had it look through, like, I think it was like, let's see, this whole folder here. Each one of these books is like 1,000 pages, and it just did this in like 5 minutes. So it gave a little short summary. Task completed. Sources analyze the Kabbalah unveiled, Masonic number meanings, morals and dogma, Albert Pike, secret societies. Key findings include gematria, 18 detailed examples from the Kabbalah unveiled showing Hebrew letter to number convergence, word calculations, mystic interpretations of divine names, biblical connections, Number symbolism, extensive coverage of sacred numbers 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13, 15, 24, 33, 47, 50, 72, 81. Their applications in Masonic degrees, rituals, architecture, and teachings. Historical roots in Pythagorean, Kabbalistic, and Etrurian traditions. Number rituals found in Masonic ceremonies, 3 steps, 3 parts of lectures. Secret words and rituals, e.g. Jabulon with 24 letters. Ritual uses of numbers in aprons, collars, and pillars. All findings are fully cited with document names and page numbers. Yeah, I can't wait to read this. Yeah, here it is. This is a file I created. It did all this stuff on its own. This AI, I had it set up a website for me. Like I installed it to my computer, and so like I can just tell it like code a website, open the ports, like install everything to run it like locally, and I can give it like documentation, like let's say like there's documentation on how to install some program that like I don't know how to do any of this stuff, right? And I just tell it do this, and it does it like perfectly in 5 minutes. I had it set up a local this search engine right here. No, it's loading, but this is running locally on my oh, I guess it's not going to load, but this is running locally on my. I guess it went down, but I could have it fix it. I guess I turned off that computer, but anyway, yeah, this AI stuff you should get into this because I think it could really help out the research. You know, it's basically like having like a full-time employee that's like superhuman and can just do like a ton of analysis.
Right, read through a 1,000-page book in minutes. Right.
Yeah, this is I just set it to do this like right when I got on here. I just did this right now, and like it created websites for me that like it's like I can do like so much stuff now. It's insane. Like it's just like fixing my computer for me. My computer had some problem. I was like, oh, fix it, do whatever. Here's the password. It just fixes it. It's like now I mean this is like so crazy. You can have it automate even like what you're doing, like the decoding sports and stuff. It can scrape the web page. So like you can, let's say you type in this player's name, right? It'll scrape the web page where the stats are. It can do the calculation with Gematria. Like you can create a tool that it will calculate the number and look for the number, and like you can train it off of all your books and the transcripts from all of your videos.
I do need to learn how to do this. Then I don't need to decode sports every day. Just have the AI do it for me.
Yeah, like I could actually do this. I'm working on it right now. I built like 5 computers with like every gaming GPU I could find to run as many of these as possible. So because they're like coding web apps for me now and like coding and stuff, because it's like now I could just like make a website. Now I could just create a program. Like it's insane what you can do. And now with like you can run automations and stuff like the Palantir type stuff, like all that stuff. Like I can do all that stuff now like locally, which is helpful because you could automate a lot of stuff with that software. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely optimistic about the future of the work with this. Since we have this tool, which I'd like to share it with you too. I want to create like a tool, like this tool that you can. I want an AI that's like a truth AI that it'll look through we could train it on like a bunch of books and a bunch of sources and all this stuff. I've been saving like every source that I can here, like this Truth Show archives, like every single article or thing that I find that's proof I save it here, like all kinds of stuff. Well, there's one thing that I wanted to show about the protest, since everybody was talking about that, and this is a sign. You see this sign here? So these are a bunch of different protests all over the world through different throughout the years, and I want you to focus on the signs.
Yeah, I mean, almost all these protests, they have groups of paid for protesters, and then of course other people will gather in, but there's a core group of people that are there to be the starting point. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, yep, and it's all just undeniable. And I just wanted to show that because it's always helpful to show out, the yeah, that was it. But yeah, that was all I had to share. Oh, did you see that the cop that he had 33 stitches and that it happened on like 33rd in Portland and all that stuff? That was such a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
It's
it's all number rituals, and there's a reason it all comes back to these same numbers. We've explained it a million times. There's a reason the Masons are into this. You were just reading from the text, explaining even further why.
Yep. Yeah, and this is here where I was here at page 501. Gematria means in Hebrew to reckon by letters as well as numbers. A Kabbalistic method of interpreting the scriptures by interchanging those words with letters have the same numerical value. But of course, they were talking about how they do it in more than just it's not just in Hebrew. It applies to other languages. They're talking about the how it's a spell, how the I mean, it's undeniable. It's like, and this is like I said last time, I didn't even read this yet. And I was like, I'm going to find another Masonic text that's going to say exactly what you've been saying. It's going to say exactly what I said already.
Well, because the things you're finding are the same things that I read over a decade ago. I mean, again, there was a time where I didn't have a YouTube channel. I was reading just all this stuff, and I was like, oh, so this is why they do this. So
yeah. And it's overwhelming because it's like every single thing I find, it's just another, it's more of the same. And I mean, of course I learned some stuff too, but it's just the same. It's the same thing over and over, the same, it's talking about 33 and 47. I just had the AI go through the thing. That database, that doesn't have your books. I have the databases separated so as like to not cross the information. So that's just Masonic books, right? And just the Masonic books, that's what the AI figured out by itself, that's what's in there, but yeah, I can't wait to go through all those citations and find that stuff, because I'm going to find even more interesting stuff, especially with the number rituals, because that's something that might be a little bit enlightening to know, like what they think certain numbers mean from themselves. That always gives a clue in. But yeah. Thanks for having me on.
All right, buddy. Keep up the good research. Thank you.
All right.
See you, man. All right, we got Micah back in Gematria 32. Razor dropped out at some point. What's up, Micah?
Zach.
Yeah.
So basically the Packers, they had a comeback, right?
Well,
no, not the Packers, the Bears.
Right.
Yeah. Well, because last time I checked, the Packers were winning, but I found something.
You're not paying attention.
The Packers,
to the stream, my man. You aren't paying attention to anything. What my point is if you're in this community, you're actually like somebody who does the research, you know.
I just do this for fun.
You're talking too much, Mike, and you're not listening. What the point is because we know how powerful 18 is. It was with the Bears and their QB's number 18. Our community knew to bet on the Bears, who were a huge payout at halftime, to come back and win, because that was the sign they were going to come back and win. Micah, just from that right there, I can tell that you're new to this.
Not really. I just not really good, but I did find something. The Packers, because they lost, they stayed on 37 playoff wins, and Chicago equals 37.
We covered that at the beginning. Yeah, we're aware of all these things before the game, Micah.
But
we're going over all this before the game. And Jordan Love got his 23rd loss today. Jordan Love in Chicago, where number 23 Jordan roamed. So anyway, thanks, Micah. Micah's calling in with yesterday's news. What's up, Gematria 32?
Wow. Damn.
Like guys like him, it's like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, dude, calling in and telling me what I talked about 12 hours ago. Join the Patreon and get caught up. Support the work and learn something, not calling and waste our time.
There's a lot of them though. There's a lot of people like that, Zach. Man.
And they can't listen. Can you tell he's like trying to talk while I'm talking? It's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up and listen.
And then get mad at you, right? It's crazy. Yeah. Oh man, it's like, how much rope do you want, right?
Yeah.
But I got another murder. You heard of the Grateful Dead? You know, have you? Of
band,
course you have.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's is connected to Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead.
Well, they saying the co-founder is he passed away on the 10th. He passed away.
Okay. Isn't that the one that's still alive, connected to Ben and Jerry's?
I don't know, but I think he was the guitarist.
Oh no, this is Bob Weir. Okay.
Yeah. Well, his full name Robert Hall Weir equals 86. I think he's dead at 86.
So 78.
Oh, 78. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me start from the beginning. Well, his name equals 86. He's dead 86 days from his birthday. His October 16th birthday. He's dead.
Yeah,
86.
there you go. Another guy gets 86. Okay.
Yeah, like blood sacrifice guitar equals 86 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So guitar equals 86, like blood sacrifice.
That member of Van Halen died the other year on the day, leaving 86 days left in the year.
Yeah, like his name equals 86, and so it's just another murder by numbers. Hollywood. You want to go to Hollywood?
Have you seen? You remember Carson Daly from the MTV shows back in the day?
Yeah, I think you brought him up the other day. Like he works on CBS or something like that.
He does one of the morning shows now, but find the clip of him going, "It's time to 86.67." Find that clip.
Remember the Jim Comey thing? The 47.86 or 86.47?
Oh yeah, 86.47, right?
And that was how many days from 9/11? After?
Wasn't it 8,647 days?
Exactly. Yeah, just mockery, right?
Indeed. Yeah. Find that clip, you guys. Find the clip of Carson Daly going, "It's time to 86.67." Like in our community, that's why the 6'7" meme's been annoying. We've been showing for over a decade that number is all about killing and blood sacrifice. Just like the rap song it's from, it's talking all about killing his ops, and then he says 6'7". But then watching Carson Daly with his shit-eating gringo, "It's time to 86.67." I think he knows too. Anyway,
let's put this in perspective. Why don't you pull up the day that song was released?
The 6'7" song?
Yeah.
What is the name of the song? I forget.
I don't know.
Dude.
You could pull it.
That's what it's called.
Dude, yeah, something like that. But it was.
It came. Oh, look at that! It came out on 12/1. I see. I see where you're going with this. Look at this, you guys. Let's just keep adding to it. Look at this. It came out on 12/1. The song was 6'7". Blood Sacrifice 121.
Isn't that the 38th day of the year?
December 1st?
No, the song came out on February 7th or something like that.
Oh, I just saw that it came out on December 1st, 2024. Doot.
I seen that it came out on February 7th. It was released. Or something like on 38th day of the year.
Unless this AI search is wrong.
I went to the Wikipedia, the Wikipedia of the song, and it said that.
Oh yeah, I do see that here on the Wikipedia. It does say the 38th day of the year. Okay, the death number.
I mean, murder by numbers. 38. The movie poster.
The Genius thing says it came out on December 1st. So which one is it? Did it come out on December 1st or did it come out on the 38th day? Either way, we get the joke.
Right. Either way, you get the joke. But it's mind blowing that it was on the 38th day of the year, the 6'7". Like and these people don't guess it. Nobody sees it. Like people, that's the day Big Pun died. They got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Fat Joe lives on.
Right. This man. Whoever's into that, you have lost your mind. You're gone. It's too late for them. In 2025, if you're into that, all of that, you're gone. It's too late, I think, for these people.
Could be.
These people in the sport, these sports fans, they only come around when NFL season comes around. So it's embarrassing. These people are embarrassing, but Anyway, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get into that.
it's true.
I'm not gonna
My
get into
community
that. I don't
clears
want
out
to
after
get.
football season.
I
They
don't want
only
to get
want to
into
bet
that.
football.
I mean, you hear all year round giving out the action. These people are crazy, crazy.
Football, man, it's a
You know,
drug. People are addicted to their football.
it's, what? It's the worst. Out of all sports, the football fans are the worst.
Yeah.
It's like, but oh, and they got the people marching right on time for MLK.
True. Yeah.
It's mockery. It's like it's like you just hit the repeat button right every year or something like that. I mean, you drop the ball. They say you drop people watch the ball drop. They drop the ball. You messed up again. So yes, you got to repeat everything again till you get it.
Indeed.
Well, thanks for everything, Zach, man.
All right, appreciate it, Gematria 32. Have a good night. All right, nobody came on to collect any prize money. Pretty disappointed. We didn't even get one person try to offer a debate about the NFL not being rigged. I mean, I know there's millions of you guys out there that think these games are legit. I just want you to call in and tell me why you think that is. Where's your evidence that these games are legit? Every day it's a number ritual. It's a straight up mockery in your face. It's an 18-point comeback by number 18. It's Jordan Love picking up his 27th touchdown of the year, like we called before the game, by throwing 4 as they shanked the extra point on purpose to stay on 27 for the 27-year-old when they made the whole season about him and 27. I mean, come on. 31 points for the big playoff win for Charlie Kirk. Dead at 31 122 days ago, like National Football League, when they initially reported the dude was shot at 12:20, and then they had Spencer Cox, whose name equals 122, come out there and say it took 33 hours to get the shooter who turned himself into his daddy. Decode numbers. You got to hit that mic. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up?
I gotta mute the stream. Do you hear the stream through my?
I don't.
I was looking for tomorrow.
Uh-oh, now I don't hear you. He was looking into tomorrow, and he went into cyberspace somewhere. We lost him. He's gone. Oh, decode numbers. You disappeared. He seems to not be coming back either. Okay.
You hear me now?
Decoding numbers, are you back? There you go.
I don't know what just happened, dude. It just cut off because I don't know what happened. But I was looking into tomorrow with the Patriots. With the Patriots game, I think it's really scripted around Stephon Diggs.
Okay, after the choking thing. Did we lose him again?
Did you lose me?
You're back. All right, you said script around Stephon Diggs, and then he went silent.
Yeah. So tomorrow is 28 days before the Super Bowl. He's obviously has the Cardi B thing going on. Cardi B equals 28. If you actually look at the Patriots' all-time touchdowns, including playoffs, it's actually at 2825. Obviously, the next one would be 2826, Super Bowl date.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs is on 4 touchdowns in his playoff career. He's on 4 touchdowns this season. His 5th would be obviously his next. It's 5 days after the Super Bowl is his arraignment, which is 33 days away.
Okay.
11th, tomorrow's the 11th. 11 is the 5th prime number. So he might go first. He might go, he might just go, period, He is number 8, and tomorrow is 8 days since 9/11, which obviously brought in the Patriot Act. I think Cardi B is 33 years old right now as well.
Okay.
So he definitely could go. And obviously on February 13th is 213. He's playing the Chargers, the 213 team, 213 area code. It definitely is possible. DeAndre Swift's first touchdown today was a big Trump ritual. You know, he scored his 48th touchdown of his career, and
he had 48 rushing yards when he got the 48th, which breaks down to 3 for the 3 game numerology. Yeah, we liked him today.
And it was the 60th touchdown for the Bears in the playoffs, and obviously Trump won the 60th election, as you know.
With 312 electoral college votes, the 312, yeah.
4 days from his birthday, he wears number 4. It was perfect, obviously perfect, as always. But with Stephon Diggs, I mean, it's very, very possible that he can go first. That he definitely can score. Him scoring first, and maybe you can hedge with the first team touchdown, because I took DeAndre Swift first touchdown, and of course, obviously, he didn't get that. He ended up getting the first team touchdown, so it is what it is. But Stephon Diggs, man, he definitely has some numbers. There's obviously a bunch of other players. I look at Trevon Henderson coming in on 911 rushing yards, again with that 8888 connection with 911 coming tomorrow, and since 9/11, 888 days, which is not a coincidence at all that the game is happening on this day. But yeah, I definitely think that we could either see a Bears Patriots Super Bowl or Bears Steelers Super Bowl, because the Golden Gate Bridge was made with Pittsburgh steel, and that's also possible. But yeah, Stephon Diggs, guys, I think he's like plus 900. That's for a first touchdown. That's pretty good. That's definitely a good payout for a nice little $1 parlay.
Yeah, if you can hit something like that, you got a few other correct picks. Next thing, you know what? $100. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And even with that, I mean, yeah, $10 to win you 90. That's not. That's if you want to bet small, it's pretty good. So definitely look out for Stephon Diggs. That's pretty much all I got. Got with that. Just trying to see if I have anything else. Oh, what's his name on 49ers? Jennings. I think it's Jennings, right?
Yeah, number 15.
Yeah, that game. He's 28 years old right now, and obviously 28 days before the Super Bowl tomorrow. He's on 186th day of his age. You got to think again, if this could be scripted around 9/11. 186, 1109 is the 186 prime. Flight 11, flight 175 equals 186. The 49ers are on 185 playoff touchdowns all time. He could be the guy to score the 186 on the 186th day of his age. So that's a possibility. I don't see that game being a high-scoring game. A fun bet you could do is the squares on that, and do it like a 2-8 or a 8-2 square on both teams. Again, because of the 28 days before the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles did have a 28-22 game last year in the playoffs. Again, we know that the Eagles love the number 22.
3 of their 4 games had 22 in the final score. Eagles 22, including the Chiefs losing with 22 and getting their 22nd postseason loss. That's why I told everybody for 2 weeks you got to hedge with the Eagles, because last year before the season began, we had the future in for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, but we saw the way that 22 lined up with the Eagles, and I said, got to hedge. Eagles.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call, but also you have the fact that there is a possibility. It's tough right now. That's a tough game. The 49ers could get their 39th win in the playoffs all time to advance to the next round. Remember, the Super Bowl is on the 39th day of the year. I mean, it's very possible. I think that game has some weird lines, in my opinion, especially with the fact that you have the game being in Levi Stadium, and Sister Jean just passed away this year, and you got to think, okay, where was she born? In San Francisco, and where did she die? In Chicago. I mean, it's definitely
at 106 supposedly for the 106th season.
Exactly, and the Levi Stadium, and I think who else is tied into the Levi stuff, like Sydney Sweeney or something like that. Like it's
she's from Washington State with the Levi's jeans. She's from Spokane.
Hey, I mean, there's definitely something with that, with Sister Jean being involved in the ritual here. Again, because I think she died on the freaking Yale anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. So there's definitely something with that. that's why I'm thinking, do the 49ers upset the Eagles tomorrow? Because they haven't. They try to get us with the Panthers, because if we remember, Super Bowl 50, Panthers made it to the Super Bowl in Santa Clara. 50-year anniversary of the Black Panthers, and then this year would be the 60-year anniversary of the Black Panthers. But obviously, the Rams have to win. They have to have one LA team probably advance. I can't imagine it being the Chargers and the Rams. Obviously, we already had the Rams make it, so I think it's the Patriots that have to take down the Chargers. Also, you have to think through the Chargers. If the Chargers do somehow pull off a run, it would have to be tied into the San Francisco power outage, right? You'd think. The team with the lightning bolts, So, but again, there's so many narratives to the Super Bowl. Do we see a rematch of Super Bowl, was it 20, with the Bears and Patriots, or do we see the Bears and Steelers with the whole, where's the Golden Gate Bridge made out of? Pittsburgh steel. I mean, and then you have the whole, the Bears making it because it's Caleb Williams and the whole LGBTQ movement, and they're saying that, I don't know if he is part of it, but there's rumors about it, and obviously we have the Sister Jean stuff going on, and her passing away, and it being the 106th season, and it being 40 years since the Bears last won a Super Bowl. So there's a lot, there's so many narratives, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I definitely like the Steelers to win. I definitely like the Patriots. The 49ers game and the Bills game is just, I'd rather skip that game. But that 49ers line is so weird. They should.
I think I heard you say that game was in San Francisco. It's not. It's in Philly.
No, not that. It's not. I know it's in Philly. But I'm saying the
Super Bowl's in San Francisco.
The Super Bowl isn't. Yeah, the Super Bowl is in San Francisco, but the game is being played 28 days before the Super Bowl, which is on 2/8. So I was saying that we might see a 2 and an 8, and maybe in both in the scores, the squares, like the final number in the game. Because the Eagles did have a game like that last season in the playoffs, or the 28-22 game. So it's possible, because like I said, if the score were to be like 22-18, that's 40 points, and I told you that it was 40 years since the 49ers. Since the Bears last won a Super Bowl, and it could be the Bears playing in that stadium. Because, again, Patriots scored 42 days before the Super Bowl. 49ers did it. 49ers scored 48 days before the Super Bowl. So they're trying to show little hints, obviously, because people aren't paying attention to that shit. So they're trying to show little hints along the way, kind of like holding your hand through it. I think the Bills scored 35 points 35 days before the Super Bowl. So they're trying to show a little bit here. And I'm just trying to catch on that before it happens. And obviously that's what we do. We try to profit on it, call it out before it happens. So, again, 28's a big number. Possible that it goes to overtime. I think overtime is 107, the 28th prime. I mean, there's all types of possibilities that can happen tomorrow. Because I don't think the line – you know what I mean? The records are too close for the line, and the teams are too good for the line to be that far away. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the Bills and the Jaguars game a lot closer lines, just like this Bears-Packers game, which obviously better to bet live, which I caught at the beginning of the fourth quarter, because all they kept saying was the Bears love to come back in the fourth. The Bears love to come back in the fourth. And I'm like, do people not realize, like, the Bears are going to win this game? Like, why are the fans acting like that? Do they not pay attention? They don't.
When you wanted to catch it was halftime, when they were down.
Yeah, I wanted to bet at a halftime because I saw the 18. I said they're gonna probably come back, but I just waited till the fourth quarter. I don't know. Plus 600. I think they probably jumped up a little higher in the fourth quarter. But again, it's all good. I'll still take the profit at the end of the day, which I'm not mad about.
Indeed. Yeah, well done.
And the Bears scoring 31 to tribute Charlie Kirk. I mean, what a way to do it. I think that was the first game the Cubs played in the playoffs. They won 3-1, right? Wasn't it like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bears win with 31. I mean, they're really, and people are just going to be like, nah, just coincidence. So, hey, we'll just make our pockets bigger off of this stuff continuously.
Yeah.
It's funny the Pacers just played today. They played the Miami Heat. And I know we have the Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes in the finals. So we just seen the Pacers destroy the Heat today. So I'm thinking that the Hoosiers probably end up winning that, destroying the Hurricanes.
What's funny is they've set it up so one coach can get his 27th win in Miami, or the other one can get his 36th, both Miami numbers, but one of those numbers hits a lot harder.
Yeah, usually the reduction cipher. I've seen the reduction cipher hit a lot more.
Exactly.
Especially with home run props as well. If you can type like in baseball, when you type in
Look how they do it, you guys. But both numbers do matter. It's like yesterday, the Oregon coach stayed on 48 wins in Atlanta, and Indiana became 15-0, and the championship's going to be their 15th bowl game. And of course, their QB who won the Heisman wears 15. And look at what Indiana Hoosiers equals.
79 or 160. Yep, like 16. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I think Stephon Diggs is on 78 receiving touchdowns all time, and he can get his 79th. His full name with his middle name included equals 79. And again, I'm thinking, obviously, got to tie into Trump a little bit. 79 years old in his 80th year, but he's 79 right now. So, yeah, I think it's Sunday where I am, but it's going to be very interesting for sure. There's a lot to be desired here tomorrow. I think there's a lot of money. There was already a lot of money to be made today. There's definitely, because tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's even bigger than it was today. So we should be able to win big. Definitely.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, man. That's all I got. I appreciate it, Dak. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. All right. You have a good night, man.
Good night.
Take care. All right. What's up, 424?
Not right now, though. Yeah, she already sleep. Go lay down in the bed, baby.
424, just so you know you're on.
Oh shit. My bad, bro.
That's okay.
I done had a good ass time today. Yeah, I just seen that it was the 18-point comeback. I wish I wasn't drinking that shit, because I would have bet money on it at the time.
See, that's why you shouldn't drink. You just never know, man. It might have you off your game in the moment you don't want to be off your game.
Birthday. It was my birthday.
Okay, well, happy birthday then. Okay, fair enough.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm a couple of weeks late. My birthday on the last day of the year, but I ain't have no time off of work, so that's the only time I was able to celebrate this month. But yeah, remember I had called. I was like, man, that 18 playoff win looked like that's the one for number 18, and then they come back from 18 points. I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
a thriller. And then yesterday with the Indiana dude, I remember I called in about him. They seemed like that was a narrative how they was trying to pull it, but it seemed like it was a good night, man. A lot of people went off of it. They called in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we crushed player props today. Yeah, and I mean, everybody in the community knows what 18 at the half means. They got the perfect script for the hometown comeback.
I mean, 2-1-3 at halftime when it's their 213th game plan against each other. Like, how clear do y'all need it to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But that's it. I would just call it in. If y'all don't recognize this shit by now, I don't know when y'all gonna ever recognize it. Come on now. Number 18 does all the 18 stuff today.
And how about just Jordan Love with 27 all year? We had him for 4 touchdowns tonight to get to 27 on the year. They shanked the extra point after his 27th touchdown pass to keep it on 27, and that's where the 27-year-old season ends.
Wow.
2
and they had 27 points on the board, right?
Huh?
It was 27 points on the board, right?
Yeah, after he got his 4th passing touchdown for his 27th of the year. Not to mention Caleb Williams came into the game with 27 passing touchdowns. Yeah, then they shanked the extra point to keep it on 27. Laughable.
Ridiculous. And everybody was talking about that's what they're going to do this year. It was a good little narrative for them, but, when you finally see the outcomes, you just laugh at it like, damn, that's what they was doing all along. You feel me?
Yeah.
We look at every possible scenario and outcome, and then when it happens,
We said at the beginning of the year, it feels a lot like what they did last year with Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, because they're pointing out when quarterbacks are that age on the Ravens, they go to Super Bowls. Then Lamar Jackson didn't, and now they did the same thing this year with Love and the 27 thing.
yeah. Hey man, they just be fooling y'all. You know, I had a dude send me like the mainstream media people talking. I'm like, bro, you need to listen to people that actually know what they talking about. These dudes is here to steer you wrong. And if you betting, watching these dudes, you dumber than I think you is. Cause
Yeah.
come on now, man. Like everybody know this shit rigged. I mean, an average person know it's rigged, but they just won't agree with how we know it's rigged. And that's the point that's like funny. Like if you know it's rigged, then you got to think every possibility is rigged about it. You can't just say, "Oh, well, that's not rigged." They just don't like the way we pointed it out. Some people don't like the fact that we might have a better way of pattern recognition, and
Yeah,
they just not gonna
and
be able to
again,
have
our
that.
knowledge, again, it's like one guy in the community turned $5 into $1,500 tonight off the player props and the things we really like today. And again, these other people who sit on the sidelines and think we're wrong, they're not ever doing that in their life. They're never going to do that in their wildest dreams, but it's something we do on a routine basis because we know the game's rigged. So lying to yourself about it not being rigged, you're only shortchanging yourself.
Yeah, man. These people, only time they say it's rigged is when they team lose. I'm starting to notice that too. Oh, it's rigged, and then they don't go into no further details after that. And it's just funny because it's like, bro, this shit is rigged beyond your imagination. And if you would just get out that fan mind state, you will see it beyond just being mad that your team lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, man. I don't want to hold up the line. I already know you've been on here for a while. I just seen it right now. I was like, damn, I'm gone. Let me see what Zach and them talking about.
All right. Well, hey, happy belated birthday. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Oh, yeah, I'm knocked out now. It's time to go to bed.
All right, man. Take care, 424.
Yes, sir.
See you, man. All right, we don't have anybody else in the back. We didn't have anybody come on and try to claim the prize money. Again, we were doing an $1,800 and 18 more and 18-cent giveaway for anybody who could prove the NFL isn't rigged tonight. Nobody even wanted to try, so maybe the whole world knows now, but I don't know. Pretty sure tomorrow I'm going to turn on the games and people are going to be in those stadiums acting all emotionally damaged because their team's down or so excited because their team's up. It's like, what are you doing? Like, do you do this at the movies? Don't you realize this is a script? You're at a theater performance. It's all theater. How many games will be decided by the ref tomorrow? Yeah, again, you can use this knowledge for the markets and crypto and not getting played by the news and not getting played by the rig sports. But anyway, we'll leave it there for now, you guys. Again, thanks to everyone who hits the like and the share. If you are interested in joining the Patreon, if you just go to Google and you just search, it's if you don't know how to get to the description of a video, some of you don't know how to, you can just search Patreon, Zachary K. Hubbard. It's this one. There's another one out there. Somebody made one that's a fake one because they're trying to grift off of my name. But it's this one, the one that says it has near 10,000 members. That's the one you want to be on. And again, the nice thing about the community is that there's a community of people there, and there's a lot of good decoders, and there's people who catch things that I missed today. Somebody called in today with why Chuba Hubbard should score 2 touchdowns, and I looked at it, I said, you know what? I like that a lot. I'm glad you were thinking about that. Chuba Hubbard got 2 touchdowns today for the 50-1 payout. Got to 30 for his career. 30 breaks down to 3 on a 3-date numerology and hit 30 versus the Rams. First, he hit his 29th, which is the 10th prime on the 10th. And then he got his 30th, like he wears 30. So, boom. All right. Yeah, and shout out to all the people who sent over nice tips. Latest one just came from Mike. I appreciate it. Glad a lot of people had a lot of nice winning days. NBA and NHL definitely left something to be desired. Sometimes you get in these funks with the seasons because they stop doing the normal script that you've been on. It's like I noticed around the All-Star break, it seems like things will go off. It's like they want to get certain records in a certain way going into the break. It's like, Heat in 16, that had only missed one time this year. It was like 7-1, the winning pattern. It missed today in the Pacers game, and it probably does have something to do with the college football championship, but yeah, there was today was annoying kind of in the NBA and NHL, but we dominated in football and still a winner, but there was a few things left to be desired. So, oh, we got Gabe in here real quick to close us out. What's up, Gabe?
Yo, Zach, what up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, remember when I was telling you they're doing a bunch of 9/11 numbers?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so today the Pacers, they stayed on 2001 losses. All right.
Okay.
Osama, did you see the Netflix thing where they called him the Pacer?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Now the Knicks play the Trailblazers. Bush's code name was the Trailblazer.
Yeah.
43rd president.
Yeah, that's correct. One of them, whose name was Timberwolf?
That was his father.
That was his father. Okay, that's what it was.
As I mentioned, the George Floyd, the new shooting with that woman, it was 2,054 days since the George Floyd ritual happened. Yeah. How his neck was, Derek Chauvin was, holding him in for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and they changed it up to 9:29.
Right.
Yeah, that's just that, man. The Knicks have 1,119 losses since 9/11. If they win tomorrow, they'll pick up their 846 win. Number 11, Jalen Brunson, he's on 93 losses with the Knicks. Just pointing that out, man. It's the Pacers won today as a huge underdog. Pacers, like Osama bin Laden is 110. Now
and they did on 110, like World Trade Center 110 stories tall, Osama bin Laden 110. Okay, that must have been the joke. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Blazers are on 10 wins and 9 losses, like shooting. How they had the Portland shooting just right after the woman got killed, whatever, that ritual that happened. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out, man. It's during January 11th, all these 9/11 rituals are happening. And also Princeton upset the Yale. It was Yale coach got his 322 loss, 41 days to his next birthday.
Okay.
Princeton, yeah. Bunch of 9/11 Skull and Bones numbers going on in January.
Okay.
All right, man. That's it.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. We had more people jump in the back. We got Kiwi, Ty, and Spam Wave. I guess you guys want to keep it going. What's up, Kiwi?
Yeah, g'day, Zach. Just quick. I know nothing about football. I used to be a boxer once when I was a lot bit younger. But just on the numbers, see that they play, there's 2 teams of 11 on the field at one time. Is that correct?
11 on 11, correct. Just like international football.
Okay, so the Hebrew alphabet is 22 letters, 2 rows of 11, and of course the Twin Towers were 110 stories high, which is 110. And I just see the length for the tip of the ball from the ball they use to tip is 11 inches. And the circumference on the short axis is 21 inches. So you got the 201 and you got the 11 there as well.
Interesting.
In football, like I'm in Germany right now, and in football, the World Cup's next year. The last time when France played, I think you know all this. It was 2-2 at the end of full time, and then they went into extra time. Then it was 1-1, so that both equals 33. And then in penalty kick out, it was 4-2, which is April the 20th, which is the 110th day of the year. Again, 11. That was France against Argentina, right?
Correct.
Just in we play rugby in New Zealand, and the main player is the winger, so he's like the striker. He wears the number 11. And then go back to football, they take their penalty kick from a place which is 11 meters from the goal.
Okay.
So, yeah, just the same numbers just keep popping up. That's all I got, Zach, because like I said, I don't follow the football, but just seen these dimensions. I quickly looked up online, and correlation with 11 keeps coming up.
Yeah, very interesting. I need to look more at those dimensions of balls. There's probably a lot to that. I don't know why I never thought of that before. So yeah, good thinking.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Keep up the good work. Catch you later.
Appreciate it, Kiwi. You have a good night, or probably a good day where you are. Yeah, take care.
Yeah, it's 8:45 in the morning Sunday here, so it's already 1/11, January
Yeah,
the
you're way ahead
10th,
of us.
right? 11th. Yep.
All right.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, take care. We got Ty and then Spam Wave. What's up, Ty?
Hello.
Hello.
So how much money is it?
How much money is it?
Yeah, if I can prove you wrong.
Oh, it's in honor of the 18-point comeback by number 18 for the 18 team, the Bears,
Okay.
where they started by sacrificing an 18-year-old named Caleb Williams, spelled with a K, at the start of the season for him. The prize money is $1,818.18 tonight.
Okay, so how can I prove you wrong?
Prove how the game aren't rigged. What's your evidence the games aren't rigged? I've been providing evidence every day for over a decade straight of how they are rigged. So, and I see a lot of haters, but I never see anybody prove how the games aren't rigged. So, in the same way I come with evidence of how it's rigged, what's your evidence that it's not rigged?
But it just seemed like you're stuck in your own ways. Even if I try to point out, ways to try to debunk it, you're just gonna not really give me credit for
No, I will. I mean, if it's undeniable, I mean, my work's undeniable. So if you can present an undeniable argument that it's not rigged, I'll say, okay.
So I sorry, Zach, I gotta start trolling, man. I just try to, I just trying to troll you, Zach. I know it's fake, bro. Like, I definitely know it's fake, Zach. I just wanted to troll you for a minute,
Well, that's okay. I was hoping that you weren't trolling me. I want somebody to prove to me that these games aren't rigged and that all these 27s all year with Jordan Love are a coincidence. And we just got lucky today calling him to throw 4 touchdown passes for 27 as we patted our pockets. Somebody call in and tell me it isn't rigged, please.
But Zach, before you go, do you even know what this is? Like, it's been a while, and
I think it's my friend from the Baltimore area.
yeah, it's definitely me, Zach.
Yeah, you better call Tyrone, man.
Yeah, Zach. I didn't know you was gonna recognize him, man. It's been so long, man, since I
Well,
talked
you're
to you.
the only guy who tries to troll me, whether it's online or in person. For you guys who don't know, didn't you run into me at the Blazer Stadium? Isn't that how we met?
Yeah, that's how we met when you had the little what is it, the megahorn trying,
We're not talking about Cliff Robinson's death.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then you showed me what took me to the beach for the first time in my life or something like that.
Well, you told me you'd never been to the beach, and I thought, what?
Yeah.
So we drove out. He got to see the Oregon coast.
Yeah, I still appreciate that, Zach, by the way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you said you'd learned your own way to decode.
Yeah, Zach. I do it. I mean, again, I'm not about to get up here, Zach, and try to think I'm better than nobody and say oh, I do this. I just do it a different way, I mean, that's all, And
Yeah.
so
question. We
yeah.
drove out there. I remember you. Is your brother doing better?
Oh yeah, he is doing better. He's doing way better now,
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, same, Zach. I know you remembered all that, Zach.
I remembered. You're the only person I ever drove out to the beach. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, Zach, I kind of think, okay, so it's just me. I don't care if I'm wrong or not, but I honestly think the Jags gonna beat the Bills tomorrow, and I think the Chargers possibly gonna upset the Patriots tomorrow.
Okay. Did you say you think the Jags are gonna beat the Bills or go down? They're gonna lose.
No, I think the Jags gonna beat the Bills.
Well, I'm keeping my lips shut about what.
Yeah, I know, Zach. I know. I'm not trying to
what you're saying. We're probably looking at similar things.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get information from you. Zach. I just wanted to just say that, because I ain't talked to you in forever. So that's why I just want to say, I just feel like the Jags gonna upset them.
I know what numbers the Bills are up against: a 23, a 77, and a 117. So
Interesting. And it's kind of weird they keep changing the lines. I seen them as Jags started out as favorites now, and all of a sudden the Bills underdogs at plus money now. It's kind of weird to me. They changing the line.
They flipped the favorite in the Bears-Packers game too. The Bears started off as the favorite, and then they moved the Packers to the favorite at game time. So the Bears ended up being plus money.
I ain't even checked that line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else did I say, Zach? Zach. Another thing. All this gambling, Zach. I knew they was gonna come and get us in some way gambling. But you see where they put like in a little big beautiful bill where like they pretty much charging you for gambling now. So like in your taxes, you used to write off 100, but now it's like 90 now. So even if you win or lose, you still want to pretty much have to owe the government money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
going to happen with more people gambling.
exactly.
Always figure out how to
Yeah.
get more and more.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, again, more people know, the more they promote this, the more they gonna just keep trying to screw you over, They never gonna let you, take advantage in this world.
The game is rigged in more ways than one. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Zach. I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Take care, Tyrone. Have a good night.
You too.
See you. What's up, Spam Wave?
Hey man, what's up? Something I saw in this book was that I wanted to share was it was talking about how important the Valley of Jehoshaphat is to the Masons, and how it's symbolically the ground, like the first degree is the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and the Valley of Jehoshaphat is where in the Bible it says the nations will be gathered for judgment, like for Armageddon, and Valley of Jehoshaphat's 83. So I just thought that was like, it's like, I think that's probably where the 83 comes from, is probably from that.
Okay.
From the Bible.
Okay, that's interesting.
But yeah, that was all I wanted to share. Oh, also open code. That's the AI that I was using. It's free, and you can install it like in Mac OS and Windows, Linux. And it's free and open source, and it's really easy to install. You just it's like a one-click install.
I'm pretty retarded when it comes to computers, so nothing's really easy for me. But
it's really easy, and once you install it, you can have it do stuff on the computer for you, like that web server that Google that I was running locally, it stopped working, so I just 5 minutes ago, I just went and told it, hey, it's not working, fix it. And it still wasn't working. I was like, hey, it's still not working on my computer, fix it. And then it just worked. And now it works now. Now it's open on my computer again. I would know how to fix it, but I didn't tell it anything. It just figured everything out on its own. So it's gotten really, really intelligent. It's insane. It saved me hours. I didn't know how to install this local search engine thing. I had been trying for weeks to do it, and I just couldn't figure it out, and there was too many errors, and I just couldn't do it. And once I installed this, it just did it for me, and I had to do literally nothing. In 5 minutes, it figured it out. So this could end basically your computer troubles. I think, you could just have this thing fix. If your Mac has some problem, you just tell it, hey, there's a problem, fix it. And anybody that wants to install it, it's called opencode.ai, and you can run it. There's also this other software called AI Suite, and it's an open source local AI suite that it's stuff that it doesn't send it to the cloud, or basically nobody gets this information. So it's basically like a local chat GPT, and you have open code and all these agents and all this stuff that you can do. So that's a really huge boost for anybody. I mean, imagine if you would have had this in 2015, you could have had it make a website for you, and set up a video site, and set up chat rooms. It made a website. I'll show it another time, but it made a website that was just gorgeous. It looked like a professionally made website all by itself, and it's just gotten so good that I think that I think that anybody who doesn't use this will be way left behind, because this is now it's the computer can just before you manually had to do everything yourself with computers and figure things out and diagnose problems and all this crap. And now that the computer can think and reason and look things up and use tools and all this stuff, the computer can make decisions by itself. So it's just, I think that the way that we use these devices has completely changed.
Yeah, it really could make things a lot more efficient for everybody, but for other people, they'll be out of a job. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Whoever jumps on it first is going to be the one that benefits the most. That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing now.
Yeah. So
I didn't know how to program, and now with this, I want to set up like sites for truth stuff. Because it's like, now that it's so much easier, it's like, well, why not do it? And since I've been aggregating all this information, I can plug that in too. And I was thinking about like fine tuning or like training a model on the GPUs that I have, to off of like all truth work, and using it to like help do research and stuff. I think that would be like hugely helpful. Because I mean you saw what it could do. It like read through like 10,000 page books in like 5 minutes. Like that's like that, those new Epstein files that they released, that it was like 100,000 documents or something. Like it could look through that in like 20 minutes, and like find every single thing that you want to find. I could train it off of I could there's vision models that can look at pictures now. I could show it the Masonic, all those, like the books that you have with all those images of the different rituals and like the different things. You could plug all that stuff into it, show it all that stuff, and then have it look through the Epstein files and be like, oh hey, look for like this Masonic stuff, and like look for Masonic like Masonic, God, I can't think of the word, but like orbs and like stuff like that they have, like those crystal balls and stuff that they do rituals with, like paraphernalia or whatever you would call it. Like look for that stuff, and it can do that, and it's like, and you can just talk to it in plain text. Like you don't need to know how to code. I don't know how to code. I only know how to code like basic HTML and like basic Python and like basic, like really basic stuff. And this thing just like does everything for you now, and it fixes it. My computer like had some driver problem, and I was like, hey, fix the problem, here's the password, and then I come back 5 minutes later, and the computer's fixed, like all by itself. It's like, it's literally like magic. It's insane. Like it's so crazy. You can give it instructions from a website, from a program that it's never seen before, that just came out today. That's like, it's like let's say that it's like a long, like a big thing like this of instructions on how to install it. You have to set all these files and this and that and all this crap that like you don't understand. You just give it to the AI and be like, hey, read this documentation, install this, set this up, make sure that it's running, and that's it. And it'll just do it, and it's done. Including all these local website stuff. Like I'm thinking about doing like a enhancing free to find truth with like a local video. Like a local video thing, with, because I have backups of your old channels, so some of the ones that got deleted, so I want to, it's like, I don't know, it's like 1,000 videos or 10,000 or 5,000, I don't know, it's a lot of videos, it's like 500 gigabytes, but I'd like to re-upload all of those, since you can't watch them anywhere, and now this AI, I can just automate that and have it like, oh yeah, upload all of these to BitChute or an Odyssey. I can just give it the file, say, hey, upload these sequentially, and it'll just be able to do that. And oh, the other thing I can do, I can have it download your videos right when you upload. So like, excuse me, when you upload, it'll send a notification to the robot. It'll get the link, paste it in a YouTube downloader, download the video, move it to a file all by itself, like right when you upload a video. So I want to get that set up too. The thing I was saying about the free divine truth thing, I want to enhance it with like our own video platform that like we own, because if we do it, if we build it ourselves, it would cost way less than if you hired like some company to do it, because their servers cost like like tens of thousands of dollars. But like, you could just make a server with like any old computer that's laying around, and just run it yourself. And now with this AI, the AI can just do it. But I want to add this truth video sharing thing, kind of like a BitChute, that like you own it, and so that then it basically can't be deplatformed, you know. It's just owned by us, and it could be a live streaming platform, you know, like internet radio show.
It sounds good to me, man. I like it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. I just did this like a couple days ago. Every single day I check the AI news, and it's like some massive breakthrough that's like it's some problem that's like, oh shit, it's 100 times better now. Like it's literally that crazy right now. Like 3 years ago, it was unusable. ChatGPT was retarded. It was garbage. It was super censored. Now you have these open source models, like Almo 3, which is like a fully open source model that has thinking. And it's a really good problem solver. Like it, and the coding, the quality of the code is really good too. Like it made websites like on I got like some really shitty GPU, like gaming GPU from like 2015 or something, like some 8 gig garbage. I had a model running locally, and it coded me a website for my channel in like a few minutes in my terminal. And it actually looks, I'm trying to find it, but like it actually looks like really nice, you know. Like it's pretty crazy that let's see if I can find it. It's really crazy what this can do now. Like, yeah, I just wanted to tell people about that. Yeah, open code, and yeah, it can just you install that, and basically anything that you want to install, you just have that thing do it, and it can fix, and like problems, like you were saying that you had problems with your computer, like do something with the volume or something. You just tell it that, and it'll like it'll check logs, and it'll do all that stuff, you know, all by itself, and fix all those problems by itself. And like I was saying that like what I was doing, searching through all these documents, you can have it do that stuff too. Just give it a bunch of PDFs and say, hey, write the synopsis of this in the text document, and then it'll just give you a summary of it. You know, like you can connect it to your security cameras too, and like do object detection, and like if it detects a certain object, then it can send you a notification or make a decision based off of that. Like once robots get into the picture, it's gonna be even more crazy, because right now the computer, like the computer grid has been basically like, I think that this has basically been like fully automated, you know, like it's fully net, like right now it can all of these devices can like fully work on their own now, like that, like you no longer need a person to use a computer anymore. Like I was even seeing these AI extensions that like it emulates a phone, and it can so that the AI that's running on your computer will be using a phone. You just plug it into the phone, and it'll install apps and like do all this stuff, so you can run automations based on that. Like let's say that like every time you go live, it could go and stream it live on TikTok, right, and stream it live on Odyssey, and stream it live on like Rumble, and like and Snapchat, like just all these like online services that like you wouldn't waste your time, you know, putting your stream on every single thing, doing it manually. You'd waste like hours doing that. The AI just does it itself, you know. Like you could like basically anything that you can think of, you can basically just do, you know. Like there's tools for everything, and since AI is intelligent, since it's like it can reason, and it can deduce problems and stuff. It's not like a computer program before. It doesn't need to have seen something before. Like you just give it a new problem, and it can solve it. It's gotten really smart. It's gotten really intelligent. I know that I've talked about this stuff with you like 4 years ago. Remember I had sent you a letter about AI and how like how important it was going to be. Like what was that, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Sure.
It's I love seeing all the predictions that I said like come true. I remember back then it was like you couldn't use it for anything, and it's I think that now it's just if we use it, I think that it's really gonna enhance the work a lot. And the other thing that it's really good at is teaching you stuff. Like the one that I like, the models that I've from what I've used, the ones that I like the most are Claude from Anthropic, and Gemini is pretty smart when it comes to like techie stuff, like computer stuff. Gemini is pretty much the best, I'd say. And then ChatGPT is good for some stuff. ChatGPT can be good for images and some technical problems. It's kind of smart at solving too. And Claude is really good for coding. Claude will code you like any website or any application that you can think of. You could just say it in local language. Something that I wanted to do was do a website that's called like Deep State Net, and what it does is that it finds like it basically has a profile for each person that's in power, that's in a secret society, and it'll give you like all the information about them, like their history, all the bad stuff that they've done, like the companies that they worked at, the decisions they made, like all that kind of stuff. And I want to use the AI to do that because instead of spending 5 years coding a website, I could just have an AI do something that's even better than what I could do, and I could just run it like on a local computer, and then it costs me nothing. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for what this can do. Oh, right. What I was saying, that it can teach you stuff. It can like teach you skills. Like it's a really good teacher. And what you can say is that if you don't understand something, you can just say explain it to like an 8th grader, explain it to a 5th grader, explain it to a kindergartner, and it'll like dumb it down like as much as you want to until like you finally get it, because it's like a super genius teacher. And that I finally learned Python a little bit from that, from the AI. Like it taught from that and from YouTube videos. But I've learned a lot of stuff from it. I learned a lot of overclocking stuff and lots of skills from that. There's so many problems that it can solve. It's kind of crazy. Like it can teach you like any skill that you want to learn. It can teach you to do, and it can do it on like whatever level that you're at. So I think that it could really supercharge what we're doing, like really put on steroids what we're doing. If we started using this stuff, I think that that we could really like go pretty far with this,
Yeah, I definitely see the advantage in again, just what you're doing, the research you're doing with the help of AI. You're bringing some nice little tidbits. So yeah, man, keep helping us out. Maybe we can work out some kind of partnership.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Okay, but yeah, you are the most improved community member. I don't know if you know who King Henry is. He used to come out and pound payment with me, but he called me up about a month ago. He's like, that Sebastian kid, he used to annoy the shit out of me, but now he's your best caller. So hey, keep it up.
All right, yeah, thanks.
So no, he likes you now. And he's like, I can't wait till he calls in the next time. So I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. But yeah, you're doing great lately, buddy. Keep it up.
Yeah. I really wanted to improve it. I want to make it like I want your work and like just all of the conspiracy work to be like I want it to be like a total knockout punch to like any debunker and like any of these like grifter people. I want it to be like an undeniable shattering of the narrative that we're given, like the wool that's pulled over our eyes, the fake news, the fake politicians, the fake corporations, the occult influence and all the stuff. The way that all of these people make their arguments is, oh well, it's just people just made it up. Oh, it's just speculation. Like, oh, you can say all this stuff, but oh, can you cite any sources? Can you like whatever? I want to be able to provide all of that like evidence that it becomes undeniable, and then it's like, okay, well, they're lying about this, they're lying about this, they're lying about this, factually. So you can't really say that we can trust them now because there's this child trafficking, and there's these documents talking about this occult stuff. There's this document talking about how they use Gematria. This guy who's in office is a Freemason. This guy's a Freemason. This guy's a Mason. Washington D.C.'s the Masonic city. I showed in my Freemason Bible. I think it's here. I can show you it's over there. All of the headquarters for the female Masons is in Washington D.C. The headquarters for the Masons is in, I think, the York Rite is no, not the York Rite. I think the Scottish Rite is Washington D.C. Let me get the Bible. In the Bible, it shows like a bunch of the headquarters. So it's like the headquarters for Masonry is in D.C. Really. Here we go.
Well, they have different jurisdictions, but yeah, one of their main temples is in DC, the House of the Temple for the Scottish.
Multiple of the temples. It's a lot of them, and there's also so many different sects of Masonry too. There's also what's interesting. All of the Islamic people that have been on the scene, like Andrew Tate and all these people. I don't know if you are you familiar with the Shriners, which is
Of course, they wear the funny hats. They got the hospitals too.
Yep, they're an Islamic branch of the Masons.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's the connection there, and I mean, of course, Gematria is also in. Yeah, I think here we go. Is this it? Let's find. Yeah, here we go. All right, I got it. Order of the Eastern Star, headquarters, DC. That's this one here on the left. That one right there. And then George Washington Masonic National Memorial. Yep, Scottish. This is a Scottish Rite Temple in DC. You can see that. But yeah, all these massive temples headquartered here. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show. But yeah, I mean, this is look, Eric Adams. He was a Mason. The guy that's about to be the president of Ireland. The guy that was that did the interview with Tucker Carlson. Conor McGregor. That guy's going to be elected. He's a Mason. He was in he did remember that interview he did with Tucker Carlson in the Masonic Temple when he announced his run for office.
Who was that?
Conor McGregor.
I actually didn't know. I didn't know that Conor McGregor did that with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, when he announced his presidency, he did it live from a Masonic temple. I could actually pull that up because I think that people would. I think you definitely want to see this. Conor McGregor, Tucker Carlson. Here we go. All right, let me share my screen. All right, can you see that? All right. This was where they did the interview. But yeah, that was what I wanted to show. But yeah, that guy's gonna win, and I've been saying that he was gonna win ever since he had I think what was it, a 1% approval rating. Now he's up to like 60 or 80% approval rating now.
This is Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
The UFC fighter. Okay.
Yeah, they're projecting him to win. He has Trump's endorsement, I think. But yeah,
this was the news the day the Pope died.
Was it? That's pretty interesting.
Well, okay. On the day the Pope died, Irish Freemasons apologized for hosting Conor McGregor. So it must have happened before then. Freemasons to donate fee for hosting McGregor interview. I got to figure out what day it might have happened on April 19th, the big Jesuit day, because those are the earliest articles about it. April 19th. Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually never knew that happened. I wish I would have known about that sooner. I need to go back and look at that.
Yeah, that was just here's another one. This is a total joke. I don't know if you might, I don't know if you saw this. Remember the whole Bad Bunny ritual?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah. Yeah. The Masonic symbolism everywhere.
Yeah, this is in my my archive.
Okay.
Study finds U.S. asthma inhalers produce same emissions as 500,000 cars. This was a fake story that I loved. Arrested for owning a Glock switch, and his name is Oblak Switchion.
Okay.
Guys, you think that these news headlines are real, guys? You want to see you think that there's another one that I have Dick Cox arrested for molestation.
Dick Cox. He'd make a good NFL star.
Yeah. Jake Dick Butt, the Dick Butt Kiss.
Everybody's bent over in tights. Nobody gets it.
Yeah, that was that. You know what's funny is that was in. I was watching a documentary about I think it was Order of the Jesters, which is another Masonic group. And they're notorious for their gay jokes, and that's like a very high level sect of Masonry.
I see.
But yeah, they're definitely known for the gay jokes.
Okay.
Did you? I don't know if you saw this.
Jewish man fakes anti-Semitic attack by yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
They're known for that. Yeah. Also, this.
Well, if you look into Masonic patches on police uniforms, there's pretty much one for every state. So, because the Fraternal Order of Police, a lot of cops are Masons.
The Order of the Jesters is pretty popular for the Masons. So prospective members must be a Shriner and also a Master Mason to be a Jester. The Jesters also they had a human trafficking scandal. The Jesters patches. There's very little information about this group of Masonry. Let's see. Well, Order of Jesters. They have a bunch of police. I don't know if I can show this. Yeah, whatever. I'll do it another time. But they have a lot of sexual connotations on their stuff. A lot of their pins and stuff have like penises and like naked women and stuff. I don't want to show those, but there's documentaries about it that you could look up. But they also have a bunch of police uniform ones. And some of the people that were in this were talking about how basically what they would do is that what they do at these clubs is that their motto is mirth is king, which is like they're like a party kind of group, and so like they'll have sex with like prostitutes and like do drugs and do all this stuff that's illegal. And they'll literally be guarded by actual policemen. Like there'll be policemen guarding them to make sure that they don't get caught. And you could look up all of their history. It's not It's not. I mean, some of the stuff should be legal, but obviously there's also some stuff that's also of some underage people that's also been a thing too. But yeah, I mean, it's all such a joke. I mean, it's you can't deny that these organizations aren't allied with the Masons. It's obviously it's undeniable. It's just undeniable. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Here's the Trump Kabbalah. This is in his book. I know that King Richard was talking about this before.
Yeah, we've
Trump's
been
Kabbalah
working that
teacher.
for years. That book where Trump mentions his Kabbalah teacher.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share for today. So yeah, there's also this Vice, the one that was debunking the one that was debunking your article, schizo, whatever, and then they're running all this pro pedophilia stuff. Shows you where they stand. But yeah, that's all I had.
All right, Sebastian, appreciate it, man.
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
All right. Okay, well, I don't know, man. It's really hard to get a debate. I mean, we know millions of Americans think that the National Fixed League isn't fixed, even though it couldn't be more obvious that it is. So I don't know. Maybe I need to offer 18,000. How do I do it? $181.18. I'll think about it. I'll think about upping the prize money. I really would like to be defeated so I can just realize that for all these years I've been mistaken, even though we've been calling futures year after year and patting our pockets day after day. But if somebody could just convince me it's not rigged, I guess we could just stop. So anyway, congrats to the winners. Shout out to everybody who patted their pockets. And glad to see that Chris had another winning day. Chris, by the way, the Chicago's the 312 area code, but you reshuffled the numbers. 213 is like a scrambling of it, but always nice to take advantage of those live bets. Chris also said Rams 34, Panthers 31, Packers 27, Bears 31. Yeah, I did see the 123. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about where they could be going with that. So, remember, the Pope died on the 312th day of Trump's age after he got 312 electoral college votes in the 60th election. Then we get the first American Pope from Chicago, the 312. And again, today they win 118 days after his birthday. Soldier Field equals 118, like Wisconsin beating the Wisconsin team, which is pretty much their biggest rivalry. Like I said, I had an ex-girlfriend from Chicago, and one Thanksgiving, before I knew Gematria, I didn't know Gematria back then, I was a lot younger. But I just remember being at their Thanksgiving dinner, all that family was talking about, and there was a lot of them there, is how much they hate the Packers. That's all that they were talking about. People love their rig sports, but yeah. For the fans, man, these are the moments they live for. They like having their emotions played with. They were super low whole game, and then boom, the epic 18-point comeback by number 18. And if only everybody knew Gematria, we saw it coming a mile away when they were down 18 at the half. And tell me I wasn't putting out the free videos on the sports channel telling you guys all about the date numerology of 3, 12, and 21 and how we were cashing on it all day, only for the halftime score to be 3-21 hours after I uploaded those videos. Thank you, Downshift Domo. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to be grinding away here. I got a lot of work to do. I got to get the NBA and NHL done for tomorrow, as long as the rest of the NFL games. So I would keep the stream going because I'll be working in the background, but we don't have anybody else in here. So unless somebody wants to extend the show by coming on and sharing some information or even trying to debate. And that's the thing. If you want to come debate me right now, I'm only halfway paying attention. So I got to work on, I'm multitasking here, but hey, Chris, don't give me all your winnings, my man, but I appreciate it. He says Jalen Hurts, 66, 35, and 1 all-time record, including the playoffs, and can pick up his 106th star. Well, it looks like he's going to be. Oh, yeah, that would have to be in the Super Bowl. You're right. Yeah, if they do that, they're going to become 14-6, like the Flag's birthday. All right, very, very interesting, Chris. Very interesting. We did have somebody hop on here. What's up, Matthew?
Hey Zach, how you doing?
What's up, man?
All right, man. Crazy night. I had like a interesting first game. So long story short, I went nuts and I shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyway. I placed $1,000 on the Panthers money line and then Chuba to score twice. So
You
what
put that
happened?
all on one ticket?
All in one ticket.
Man, well, that would have turned into like $1 million if they both hit. But
yeah, it was the payout was going to be 47,000 and it was like $700 something. But I got cold feet because I'm not going to lie to you, like they were looking like trash in that first quarter. And I was like, man, I've seen this show before where, you know, they'll look a little bit good, but they'll leave too much time on the clock. So it was like once Chuba scored his second touchdown, I cashed out and I ended up cashing out for $17,000 in
not
500.
bad. Hey, not bad, man. There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, so like right now, like I was just trying to send you your tip on Cash App, but apparently like I have to wait like a couple of more hours because like it was a big transaction from when I withdrew. But your tip is definitely coming, man. Like
Hey, man, a nice $17,000 win. Yeah, I think that was smart to cash out, obviously, in hindsight, too. Because, like I said earlier, I mean, the Panthers did have a shot. It's hard to go against those wild card numbers, and Stafford did get old 52.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then I thought it was interesting too because I went back to look at your notes and I didn't even realize this that he was on only one rushing touchdown. I totally like that skipped my mind. So when you put in the notes that he could get his third rushing touchdown today, I was like, oh shit. And it was tight because it was like the 23rd point when he scored. So I was like, man, he went from or he scored those 2 touchdowns to get to 3, and I was like, oh, it's like a 23 ritual.
Wait, which rushing touchdowns are we talking about? I know if Hubbard had 2, he was going to get to 30, like Rams is 30 in his jersey number.
Yeah. Okay, so I he only had 1 rushing touchdown for the season.
But for his career, yeah, for his career.
Yeah. Well, but I'm saying like for this season, he only had 1 rushing touchdown, but I think he had like 4 receiving. So
Right.
so he came in there and just scored those 2, like you said for your notes, like when he got to 3
on the 3-date numerology.
Yeah, man. I didn't even realize that part. So I was like, oh shit. But yeah, great. I mean, just great night. I mean, look, I just wanted to say it to some of the people that are still online. I know some people went to bed, man. I'm not going to get every single thing right. You know, I was still wrong about the money line, but goddamn, man,
You're like me. You're a sucker for underdogs.
Oh yeah, I am, man. It's just so fun to hit them, you know. But yeah, man, like I said, I just wanted to call in just to say simply like thank you so much for this knowledge, man. Like I when I first found you, like I said, it was years ago. I think I had caught you, it was like a couple of months after the article released, and I remember you had brought it back up. And I got my account banned here and there, but I used to come under different names like George Cush and stuff like that. Anyway, man, what a journey. What a freaking journey. And it's I have you to thank. So like I said, once I'm waiting for this last 2 hours to clear, I'm gonna send you your tip.
Well, I appreciate it, Matthew. But yeah, glad to hear you made yourself a nice little sum of cash today. Well done.
Oh, thank you, man. And once again, I can't wait for tomorrow, or I should say today, really. And hopefully we can keep this gravy train rolling.
All right. Appreciate it, Matthew.
All right, brother, man. Take care. All right.
Yeah, Matthew, he likes to bet bigger sums of cash and chase those dogs. But again, with the knowledge, it makes it a little bit easier to do. Still, I still encourage people to play smaller because I have seen some bad stories over the years where guys made a ton of money and then they got greedy and they were used to having big pockets, and then all of a sudden they had nothing because they were wagering so much at a time. And there's literally a person in my community who put himself in a position that he'd never been in, and now he's homeless. And it's not from taking my advice. He was like even fading my picks and just betting a ton of money at a time. And I never advise that. But that's the danger of gambling. For some people, it's an addiction and it is disastrous. But you just stay steady and smart with the knowledge. You turn small bills into big bills. like I always tell people, instead of blowing $5 on an overpriced Starbucks coffee, and I know some people go to Starbucks 2-3 times a day. They're spending 20, 30, 40 bucks at Starbucks. By the way, the person who was in the back, I was just going to bring you on if you want to come back up. There's nobody else waiting. But yeah, the person who just dropped out, I was just about to pull you up. But I'm just saying, instead of wasting your money on stupid stuff, eating out too much, save your money, make your coffee at home. It only takes minutes. You can make coffee at home for pennies on the dollar. And learn how to turn 5 into 50, $100, because you can do it like Gematria32 called in each day. You know, he spends 10 and shoots for 100 and does it quite often, just like a lot of people in the community do. But yeah, you know, getting greedy, it can be a disaster. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there, you guys. I'll be working for all you guys on the Patreon and putting up the notes here. I'll probably be done in a couple hours. And yeah, look for that post. You East Coast guys will be early morning pretty soon. I'm out here on the West Coast. But yeah, again, congrats to the winners. Thanks everyone who hits the like and the share. Thanks everyone who supports the Patreon. And maybe we'll get some new people on there. Get some new contributors to the community. Oh, well, thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate it, man. I'll let you know when I get it. Thank you. All right, you guys. Have a good evening. And until next time.